growing together. As we beginning, I would like to share the one inspirational quote, which I like that quote. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. This meeting is an opportunity for all of us to dream big and take actionable steps towards achieving our goals. I am Mohammad Abbas, the project coordinator in Middle East Paper Company and a strong believer of social entrepreneurship and sustainable businesses. With over 16 years of experience in the pulp and paper industries as well as the waste management system, I have seen how the innovation and collaboration can transform both business and communities. Just quick highlight about yesterday's sessions. You can see seen in the screen that yesterday was speakers from diverse sectors shared insights, and they given the comprehensive acceleration of Saudi Arabia investment that you can the vision 2030 driven, and we learned that what are the strategic focus areas like innovation, technology, and renewable energy, healthcare sector, and tourism. These are the most focused area yesterday, and we learned that how the competitive advantages in Saudi Arabia. These are the very insight yesterday we learned. Today we at the turning point. Saudi Arabia Vision 2030 is creating exciting opportunities for global entrepreneurs, especially from India, to help build diverse and innovation-driven economy. Saudi Arabia is now allow us 100% foreign ownership with simplified relations and incentives across the sectors. Indian companies, you can see the Indian companies in Saudi here, like L&D, TCS, OIO. These are some of the successful Indian companies. Many more companies is there, more than 300 to 40. I think more than 40 companies are there. So with this visions, it's a very good time for the investors, entrepreneurs to start up the business in in Saudi Arabia. So mainly we can see that the strategic locations here and the consumer market is very big, and the economic reforms and GDP growth, these are more positive indicator for the business setup here. So before I go to the session, let I introduce that just a quick view of today's speakers. First, we will have the speaker, Mr. Muhammad Noor Umar. He will presenting as investing in natural gas and gas process opportunities. He will fueling the future through the energy innovations. And the next speaker will establishing a global company brand and expanding business opportunities in GCC countries. The third speaker we will have humanizing the healthcare, Dr. Atat Khan. We will have the great insight in this sector, health sector. As well as we will have the interior finishing scope and opportunities by Mr. Malik Ibrahim. The next, the oil industry and renewables opportunities by Mr. Abdullah Al Tail. Then we will have the building legacy through entrepreneurships by Dr. Muhammad Ali Barakai. Then we will have Mr. Muhammad Sheikh Abdullah will present the build legacy through entrepreneurship. So these are the today's highlights, and let I go through as a moderator. I will guide to help. We can, I will help to today discussion to share practical insights and build meaningful connections, highlight real stories of success. I invite our speakers talk not only about your success, but also the challenges you faced and the strategies they used and the lesson they learned. For the audience, whether you are the entrepreneur or investor or industrial leader, this is your space to learn, share, and connect. Let us begin first session. Please join with me to welcoming our first speaker, Mr. Muhammad Noor Umar, who will be sharing his expertise on investing in natural gas and gas process opportunities. Mr. Muhammad, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Abbas, and thanks to SYPA. All praise to the Almighty Allah. Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I'm audible.
Yeah, it's okay, audible.
Warm greetings to all distinguished guests, respected members of SYPA, International Business and Entrepreneurs Chamber SIBEC, and all the participants joining us today. Let me share my screen.
Please.
I am Engineer Muhammad Noor, Sales Director, Brand Specialist in SADCO, Saudi Arabian Development Company, and professional with long-standing engagement in Saudi Arabia's oil, gas, energy, and industrial development ecosystem. Over the past several years, I have been closely involved in technical project management, sales, and business collaboration across the oil, gas, and energy transition sectors in the kingdom. Before going to our main session, main topic, before Saudi Arabia is fully depending on oil energy only. Before now, that they reduced the investment on 90% to 68% of the revenue from oil. This is the latest report from Saudi Arabia. It is truly an honor to be part of this SIBEC business conclave today. SIBEC is an organization that continues to create a bridge of opportunity between India and the Gulf, fostering meaningful business collaboration, entrepreneurship, and technology partners. And today, we will explore one of the most promising investment landscapes, the natural gas and the gas processing sector in Saudi Arabia, and how Indian investors, service providers, and technology partners can strategically participate in this rapidly evolving domain. So welcome to the seminar, webinar, Investing in Natural Gas and Gas Processing Projects in Saudi Arabia. Before going to that, we must know what is the Saudi Vision 2030 and energy diversification. Vision 2030 is driving industrial diversification and private sector participation. Oil will remain a strong base, but natural gas is the growth driver for the next 2 decades. Saudi Aramco targeting to increase gas production by 50% by 2030. Now we will see the major projects. In my webinar, you can see the major projects in current in Saudi Arabia for the gas and what are the investment opportunities for Indians. And finally, we will have a question and answer session. If you have any question, you can ask me at any time. So now we will see the major projects under execution and what are the opportunities for us to do the investment and other actions. Key investment development in 2025. You can see my screen. Upstream and gas expansion, downstream and investor consideration. Jafurah gas field development. See, there are a lot of opportunities in gas expansion in Saudi Arabia in 2025. Aramco has signed $11 billion midstream deal led by global infrastructure partner in 2025. Next, you can see MGS, Master Gas System expansion. The third phase of Master Gas System is underway, around 4,000 kilometers of new pipelines. This will deliver $3.15 billion. You can invest in US LNG project. Aramco, Abu Dhabi, ADNOC are investing in US liquefied LNG projects. Then upstream capital expenditure. You can see IEA projects are investing approximately 40 billion in 2025. These are the upstream and gas expansion, the investment opportunities in Saudi Arabia right now. Downstream, acquisition of Petrorabic stake in 2025 October. It is a latest report. It's showing that Aramco completed the acquisition of an additional stake in Petrorabic. Then international market entry. As of February 2025, Aramco plan to enter Philippines retail fuel market by acquiring 25%. Renewable energy storage. In May 2025, Aramco commission. So these all are the things Aramco entered, because here in Saudi Aramco plays a major role in oil and gas. Now, if you go to investor consideration, analysis from Jadwa Investment and IEA forecast that oil markets will be comfortably supplied 2025. Potential risk remain from geopolitical events and the economic performance in key regions like China. So now, before going to the major projects and what are the investment opportunities, so now we must know the history of the gas system, master gas system, how they grown alongside the expansion and enhancement of master gas system. You can see my screen. Aramco began pumping oil in 1937. Natural gas has escaped as well. So oil and gas, these are the main superpower in Saudi Arabia. The kingdom is shifting from being purely oil superpower to the balanced energy producer, and gas is central to this transition. For investor, this means a massive opportunities in infrastructure, EPC services, and technology. There are a lot of plans, new expansion in Saudi Arabia is going on every quarterly, yearly. So this all focusing on our investor, a lot of opportunities. Other than investment, there is a lot of job opportunities. Many things are here going on in Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia is one of the most focusing and booming country in the world right now. Apart from oil and gas, you can see there is a lot of infrastructure development. There is sports activities. They are focusing on commercial, financial, IT sectors. There are a lot of opportunities are here in Saudi Arabia. So one of the most critical mega projects, the current phase 3 expansion, nearly 4,000-kilometer new pipeline. So these all are the opportunities are here. So we have a platform and everything is here. We can just start our business or collaborating with the Saudi company, or we can do our own setup business here in Saudi Arabia. So these are the historical development of commissioning of the gas plants. Since 1975, master gas system initiated. 1977, Berry gas plant in Jubail, Shadgam gas plant, 81 Uthmania gas plant. So you can see non-associated gases introduced, major debottlenecking projects, expansion of MGS to Riyadh province, Havia gas plant, Harad gas plant, Kursania, Wasit, SYPA. You can see the years. See, you can see the opportunities, how they are improving, developing their gas to everywhere around the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now we are in 2025, so there is a planned commission of Tanajib gas plant. So now here the Saudi Aramco projects portfolio offers multi-tier entry points from EPC and supply chain. So here the gas plants are introduced, or they are commissioning a new gas plant. So what are the opportunities we have? We can become a EPC contractor, supply chain services to joint ventures and investment opportunities, partnership with the local companies. There is a lot of opportunities. Either you can be like a L&T, or you can be part of some subcontractor to the main contractor and directly with the Aramco. Indians firms like L&T, Tata Projects, and many engineers India Limited are already part of this story. But the next wave will see smaller and mid-tier companies participating as specialized contractors, technology partners, and investors. Major gas and gas processing projects. Already explained you a little bit. Now I'm just refreshing that one. Upstream and downstream gas projects. So now we are focusing the four main gas plants in Saudi Arabia right now. Jafura gas plant, Fadili gas plant, Tanajib gas plant, and Havia Unaiza gas reservoir storage. You can see their investment plan and the projected project budget. So the company has announced 25 billion, with the total life cycle investment expected to exceed $100 billion. So production goals, MGS, Tanaji. So here I'm sending the link also here. You can read more the complete about what are the gas processing projects are going on in Saudi Arabia. Now, apart from gas, there is a lot of things are going on, and now gas to hydrogen transition. Okay, so hydrogen, you know very well about our hydrogen, and blue green hydrogen plants are already set up in Saudi Arabia, Jubail, and around the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia is investing heavily in hydrogen production. especially blue and green hydrogen. So the transition from natural gas to hydrogen opens a vast new opportunities in storage, logistic, and technology transfer. So this is the right time. And now we are hearing about the rules and regulations about Saudi Arabia. It's not like before. Anyone can come here to do their business. Just we have a platform, small setup with a technical team. If you have technical knowledge and strong background in your financial also, if you are ready to do the investment, so Saudi Arabia is one of the best choice right now. All are welcome to Saudi Arabia. Now, opportunities for Indian investors and service firms. India is one of the world's largest energy consumers. Saudi Arabia is focusing on gas, hydrogen, and downstream industries. Strong India Saudi bilateral relations with multiple MOUs and in India and in energy gas infrastructures. Ease of doing business improvements like Spark, Ras Al Khair Al Jubail. So Spark is one of the industrial city they are developing especially for the energy sector. So EPC contractors, engineering services, equipment supply, maintenance partnership, fabrication yard, modular construction support, technical consultancy, and project management. So these are the and one more thing, ICTIVA. So ICTIVA is a local term, long-term supply chain localization initiative by Aramco. It's a open doors for Indian service providers. Saudi Arabia is not just seeking for foreign investors. It's seeking partners who can contribute skills, technology, and industrial know-how to, not only money. Indian firms have a proven advantage, cost effective. So you compare to other countries, India's are more skilled people. We are having it. We are cost effective. We are engineering technology. We are innovative people, skilled manpower. Technically, Indians are far better than other countries, and we are flexible to collaborate with the Saudi regulatory frameworks. So these are the 7 reasons to invest in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's reform journey. See, 2030 vision is not only for Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabs people. It's for all country. It's common for all, not only for Saudi, but they are imposing too many things on expatriates, but they are releasing something also. So is here secondly the game changing opportunities, integrate infrastructure. So now you can see the newly developed and integrated infrastructure in Saudi Arabia. I don't know how many have visited Saudi Arabia recently. So if you come, you will see the lot of changes and attractive property solutions, young and skilled workforce. Now you can see the Saudi women's and youth, young entrepreneurs are everywhere in the market, expanding quality of life, leading financial sector. So these are 7 reasons why we have to invest in Saudi Arabia. Aramco has announced the second quarter and half year 2025 result. You can see the financial result, how they are investing, what is the financial income and expenditure cash flow. You can see here it's in front of you. So it's Saudi Arabia is one of the booming country. If you come here, you will there is no loss at all. You have a lot of profit. It's a for us Muslims, it's a barakat, a country in barakat, we can say that. Still there, compared to the previous generations, we are now in a generation. So we are in Gen X. So there are too many things are in Saudi Arabia. So just you don't need to think about that. You can just plan it. We have a team. We are here. I'm here in Saudi Arabia since 2010, and Alhamdulillah is going well. And SIBEC, like us, there are Rise, like that. There is a lot of forums are here to support your business. So don't worry if you have plan to do the business initiative, anything. We are here to support you. So mostly, see, there are a lot of opportunities, as I explained before, but now I am only focusing on gas sector and sustainability. That's why I'm presenting the presentation on limited to my speech. But many before that, in yesterday also, we have heard about many investment opportunities, the current opportunities in Saudi Arabia in different sectors. You can see the sustainable progressive dividends. This is all the latest report published by Aramco. And see upstream highlight. So upstream, downstream, Jafurah plant. I told you 4 major plants in Saudi Arabia. In gas plant, you can invest, you can do the start of the business here, either local with the joint ventures of local Saudi company, or you can start your own setup here with all our support. We are here to support you. Downstream, and Aramco also, they have set up their own petrol station everywhere in Saudi Arabia. Before they were only distributing that. Now they started their own gas station. So entry pathway, already I told you, ICTIVA is a localization supply chain. If you have the ICTIVA scores and you have to register in Saudi Aramco. Since it's a gas related topic, so I'm only focusing Aramco. There is a lot of private sectors, petrochemical, energy sectors. There are a lot of companies. So Indians firm can enter via joint venture Saudi company, registration under MISA for direct investment, local partnership aligned with ICTIVA localization target, subcontracting under major EPC contractors such as L&T, like that. So now the kingdom values local presence and long-term commitment. Setting up a Saudi entity or a joint venture dramatically improves project eligibility. Indian SMEs can strategically partner with local investors to share risk and build credibility. So challenges, what are the challenges we are having it here? Do the business everywhere. Whatever we are doing, there is a risk. So we have to understand SWOT analysis. Where is my screen?
Please, can you share again?
Yeah, I'll share it. So a lot of opportunities here. There is no doubt in that. Not only in oil and gas sector. Now Saudi Arabia is focusing totally. Okay, see the challenges, and see we have to, every time whatever we are doing, we have to do the SWOT analysis. Okay, and risk also, we have to come to know what are the things are here before doing something, not only business, for everything. So challenges, strict compliance. Still there are the compliance rules are there. But it's little bit, not like before. Little bit flexibility we have, because since we are here in Saudi Arabia, we are receiving many new rules for investors and on our new company people. So lot of things are there, but as per company, as per the country and government policy, there is strict compliance and quality requirements. Just we can come here and start our company, not just like that. It's not like that. But there is a compliance we have to follow. And how high competition are from global players. Global players, compared to our Indian market, Europeans, US, there is a lot of, they're also manufacturing products. They're coming here to do the business. So there is a lot of competition always. And now China, we cannot, we can compete, but with something else we cannot compete. Already they're like everywhere in the global. Need for local presence and Arabic documentation for the new companies. So this is for the companies you can do. Of course, if you are doing on your own or you are doing partnership with some other local company, of course you have a local presence and documentation process for setting your own company here. Success factors, local partnership and representation. If you have a business here in Saudi Arabia, you can represent anywhere globally globally and everywhere in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia and overall the world. Adaptability to Saudi market culture. Of course, if you come here, you will come to know the culture and what they are doing here and how the people's. I don't want to compare any other countries right now. So, but you can feel the culture and the people's behavior in Saudi Arabia. Competitive price and reliability. If you are doing a manufacturing setup in India, you can sell here, do the logistic shipment. There is a lot of success factors. You will get the profitable business in Saudi Arabia. So case study, India Saudi collaboration. As I told you, L&T Carbon, hydrocarbon engineering. L&T have constructed a Rawabi plant in Yambu 2017-18. It's a massive, because that time China was entering into the Saudi market. They had a huge market in that time. L&T came and won it. Now the L&T is one of the leading EPC, leading main contractor in Saudi Arabia with the Aramco partnership. Successful collaboration showcase trust and capability between the two nations. Indian firms that enter now through gas also will be ideally positioned to ride the hydrogen wave later. So opportunities for R&D, catalyst production, EPC services, and equipment manufacturing. So major partnership with Japan, South Korea, and Europe. India's future hydrogen corridor can integrate with Saudi Arabia. There is no doubt in that. So I'm coming to the conclusion. So Saudi Arabia's natural gas and processing sector represents not only a $1 trillion investment opportunity, but also a gateway. So it's a gateway for deep industrial collaboration between India and the kingdom. Indian entrepreneurs, service firms, investor, technology providers, manufacturers have every reason to step in with the right local partnership. We are here to support you at any time. You can contact us. You can contact us directly or through SYPA. It's no issue. Cultural understanding and technical excellence. Once again, my heartfelt thanks to SYPA International Business Entrepreneurs Chamber SIBEC for organizing this wonderful session. For sure, it will be helpful for many people. And this I'm heartfully thanks to the continuous effort, especially Saiba Rabik Bhai and his complete team, and the moderator, Mr. Abbas. So thanks a lot for all your time. I'm happy to take any questions for sharing insights for the
Thank you.
specific
Thank you,
project.
Mr. Muhammad Noor Umar, for sharing your insights and the untapped potential of Saudi Arabia's natural gas sector. Your expertise is truly inspiring, and how Saudi Arabia dynamic, transformative energy market. I'm sure our audience is now equipped with valuable knowledge of fueling their future investment. Let I raise your hand for any questions, please.
Apart from gas, if you have any other question also, you can ask me. If you have any commercial in the engineering.
Mr. Salim, please. Mr. Salim, unmute yourself and talk.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam.
हिंदी स्पीकिंग
नो प्रॉब्लम, बात कीजिए।
जी जी मेरा एक्सपोर्ट का काम चालू है
जी।
अभी मैं दुबई एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ। 4-5 मेरे आइटम हैं।
ठीक है।
तो एक मेरे प्लांट्स हैं, नर्सरी प्लांट्स, वो एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ, ऑर्डर है मेरे पास। और एक कोकोपीट होता है जो इसकी जड़ों में डाला जाता है मट्टी की जगह, और वेजिटेबल और फ्रूट। एनीवे, 1-2 आइटम और है। तो मेरे को ना तो बैंक से सपोर्ट मिल रही है।
जी सलीम भाई, आपको एक बात बता रहा हूँ, ये जो आपने बोला ना, ये पूरा ऑलरेडी सऊदी में वो अपना फार्म से बनाने के लिए शुरू कर दिया। बिफोर है ना, वो एक्सपोर्ट कर दिया। अभी तो कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, ये सब लोग ये बना रहे। फिर भी डिपेंड्स ऑन डिमांड। आपको चाहिए तो आप इधर इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन थ्रू सम लोकल कंपनीज।
हाँ जी 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 जी,
समझ गए ना?
ठीक है। तो मेरा, हाँ समझ गया। मेरे और भी प्रोडक्ट है, इंजीनियरिंग गुड्स भी है मेरे। तो मेरे को इस प्लेटफार्म से थोड़ा कोई इन्वेस्टर मिल जाए या कोई पार्टनर मिल जाए, तो मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट ये है।
कोई बात नहीं, आप
सलीम भाई, आपका
साइबेक से कांटेक्ट कीजिए, वो आप लोग का अच्छा
सलीम
रेफरेंस
भाई,
देगा।
हमारा ग्रुप में आप कांटेक्ट करो। साइबा का और मिस्टर रफी का कांटेक्ट है। एंड ऑफ द सेशन वी विल गिव यू द कांटेक्ट फॉर कनेक्टिंग द एक्सपर्टीज। ओके, लेट गो अदर क्वेश्चन। टेक मिस्टर शेख अब्दुल्ला, प्लीज आस्क योर क्वेश्चन।
Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम
Assalamu
अस्सलाम।
alaikum.
Yeah, brother, I'm happy to meet up here and listening all the way. So you are interested in investing in Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, we are a startup in India. Inshallah, if you have an opportunity to come over, definitely we will consider. Meanwhile, I would like to share a few insights from my side that last year we got granted 2 patents. For one is for the electrical bike, speed bike with AI integration. Another one is for a robotic jig for the aircraft. both we have a patent granted in India, and another two patents are pending. So we are engineering team. Rightly, we are operating from the southernmost point of India, and we would like to give our engineering knowledge whoever in need of. My brother-in-law, Mr. Saul Hamid, who introduced me here, so he's also operating his company from Jeddah. So we are always here to do any kind of engineering support, from mechanical design to manufacturing to the software side, inshallah.
Inshallah, we'll do that. So this is all your own experience, because here also EV. See, as I told you, there's a lot of opportunities, but I'm focusing only on gas sector. Even EV also is one of the booming in Saudi Arabia. For sure, for next few years, it will become one of the major topic in Saudi Arabia.
Thank you.
So that's why this is the right time to do the investment in Saudi Arabia. You are all most welcome. Any supports, you can contact us, contact through SYPA team. We are here to support. No issues.
Please,
Sure,
Kifayat, unmute yourself, please.
I
Okay.
think admin gave access
Yes,
to.
yes, I got it. No, got it. Thank you for the opportunity, and hence this is actually connected to the gas industry, and we are into training the first aid and firefighting. Actually, we are connected with the American Heart Association and St. John Ambulance House. So, is there any possibility to extend our training centers there virtually?
Virtually you can do that, but before, if you are dealing directly about Aramco and the specific plant, we have to do a local setup here for legally. It will be better, because virtually anybody can do. Now SYPA is doing, and we are also doing virtually. But if you targeting some client, better you have a local partner who are having approval, so that will be go legally to avoid any issues.
Okay. So
Thank
anything
you very
related to
much.
safety and first aid trainings, and you can connect. Suppose anybody is interested, and you can collaborate with us. Thank you.
Yeah, please connect with our cyber team, and you will have the collaboration with our team.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, there is a very short time now. We go with the.
Just 3 more questions, then we'll move to the other session because it's getting late.
Yes.
Yeah, please, Mr.
Fill the name.
Parvez Sheikh or Gafur Darwar, Muskan.
Parvez, you can unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Ji. How hope you are everyone fine. Yes. My question is, I have a company in India. We are into the rental business. We are providing machineries like diesel generators, boom lifters, and containers on rental basis. And we are also manufacturing customized containers like offices, bunk bed, and so many others. So, is there any good opportunity in Saudi Arabia to doing business?
Yeah, of course. There are a lot of companies. They started their own setup from rental, and now they have become a EPC company in Saudi Arabia. So you can come here. You see, these are equipments and rental manpower resources is always required here in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
But this we cannot do with the virtually or shipping like that. Just sending your product here, not like that. You have to have one setup here. If you have your company in India, you can do your own business, your own setup without any other investment. If you have a good investment in Saudi Arabia.
So we have to register company in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
So is there anyone who can help me to guide there how to do? How can I do this?
Contact SYPA or contact us. We are here to support you.
No problem. Are you in the group? I will message you. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Jazakallahu khairan.
Mustafa, please unmute yourself.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
मेरा ऑयल एंड गैस से ही रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है। अब हम लोग का हमारा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है जो बोरवेल का होता है ना, बिट्स एंड हैमर्स, तो मुझे मालूम है कि ऑयल एंड गैस में भी इस्तेमाल होता है वो, तो उसके बारे में कुछ हाईलाइट करिए ना।
ये अपस्ट्रीम का बात कर रहा है?
नहीं, बोरवेल का जो ड्रिलिंग होता है ना, डीटीएच हैमर्स, हैमर और बिट्स जो गड़क होते हैं, मतलब कंस्ट्रक्शन में भी गड़क होते हैं, और बोरवेल में जो अपने पास इंडिया में जो पानी निकालते हैं ना बोरवेल का।
जी, वो इधर तो बहुत कंपनी लोग है, ये ऑलरेडी आरामको के साथ लॉन्ग टर्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया हुआ है। इफ यू हैव, आपका प्रोडक्ट कर रहा है या सर्विस कर रहा है, क्या है आपका पास प्रोडक्ट है?
हमारे पास प्रोडक्ट है, हैमर और बिट होता है ना सामने का,
तो
हाँ
वो
जी,
हम
आप पहले आप आरामको से आपको 9 का अप्रूवल लेना चाहिए मटेरियल के लिए, और आपका कंपनी रजिस्टर होना चाहिए। अगर आपका कंपनी रजिस्टर नहीं होता है ना, इधर जो कंपनी ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर है उसका थ्रू आप जेवी कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो एमओई बना सकते हैं आपका प्रोडक्ट सेल करने के लिए। अगर
Thank you,
आपका
Mustafa.
पास
Thank
या
you very much. Now we have very short of time, and thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad uh, Muhammad Noor. Let me go through the next. We will have the next Mr. Nazaruddin Ahmed, the CEO of Enifia Solutions, who will guide us on establishing a global company brand and expanding business in GCC countries. Mr. Nazaruddin, the floor is yours. Mr. Nazaruddin.
It's a really great honor to get associated with SYPA International. And today's topic is nothing but establishing a company in GCC, that's anywhere in GCC, from India, as well as establishing a global brand is of paramount importance nowadays. First of all, let's say due to a very short time limitation, we will speak about establishing a company in Saudi Arabia. Any company which has to be, let's say, established in Saudi Arabia, it must acquire CR, VAT certificate, and it has to get registered with Zakat and Mukim, Gosi, all those stuff, Chamber of Commerce, and altogether it's a cost. So for those people who are unaware of these things, it costs around anywhere from 100,000 Saudi riyals per year. We may say that okay, the first year the 12,000 riyal has been waived off, but in reality, from second year onwards, we have to, let's say, invest around 100,000 Saudi riyals. And apart from that, anyhow, we'll be having some other, let's say, documentation as well. Let's say if we need to establish a company in Saudi Arabia, then obviously we need to get the certificates attested from UAE or any of your parent company in any country. Let's say be it from India, be it from UAE, be it from Bahrain, any part of the world, we have to get the documents attested, and that itself is cost. So altogether, we have to think about the cost perspective before jumping into the technology and the knowledge, talent, whatever you possess. Let's say almost you'll be spending around in maybe 20,000, 30,000 riyals for attestation, all those stuff. And ultimately, when it comes to, let's say, the taking in office, that really matters a lot, because when you don't have an office, when you say that and you are providing XYZ service, or if you are having a product, when you don't have an office, if you have just if you have just an office, virtual office, we can to be very precise, when you have just a virtual office, then what happens is people lose trust and we lose the credibility. So obviously, when you need to have an office, it's a cost. Almost, let's say anywhere from 20, 30,000 Saudi riyals until 1 million Saudi riyal, 2 million Saudi riyals, we need to invest a lot when it comes to an office. Even if you're the owner of this company, the sad reality is we must have, let's say, we cannot visa for us unless or until we employ a Saudi employee, Saudi national. So to do all the Saudi paperworks, we need to have a knowledgeable Saudi. Very respected people are here. The Saudis are extremely friendly, extremely, let's say, cordial. They are very nice, based on the region where we pick from. So, if we have, let's say, altogether, by this time we would have spent around 150,000 real. And then when you need to have an office, obviously it's a cost. And all the operational expenses of the office, setting up an office, all the stuff will be around, let's say, another maybe 60, 70,000 real. And then, by this time you would have crossed 200,000 real. And then if you're an employee, a Saudi employee, you need to pay him at least 8,000 Saudi riyal for a GRO, government relationship officer. So that what happens is you'll be spending around let's say 300,000 Saudi riyal altogether as of now. As of now, you have not started your business. This is right day one of your business. Yes, we can say that the first year doesn't have any 12,000, 60,000, 62,000 Saudi riyal. That's a separate topic in its own. But when it comes to the overall in its entirety, we must admit the fact that we must spend at least 300,000 riyal. And after that, what happens? We need to have. We need to, let's say, issue visa for us, our dependent fee, our let's say our ikama cost, all the stuff per person. We must invest around 10 to 11,000 Saudi riyals for ikama, and the medical insurance and the dependent fee. If you have wife plus two children, you may need to have invest 15,000 Saudi riyal and all the stuff. So close together, when you employ yourself, even if you are the owner of this company, when you employ yourself, by the time you will be spending, let's say 330,000 something, like so is somewhere around that. And after that, as a matter of fact, we need to pay salaries for ourselves. Even the CEO gets paid. And then let's say even if you pay 10,000 Saudi riyals for you, because the salary must go through Mudad system. Because all those people who are from Saudi Arabia, these information will be very, very common to them. But this forum is to address the common public who are unaware about all these costs. Speaking about the business opportunities, the endless opportunities over here due to the unprecedented in access to the information, the local talent, and then the opportunities over here, the investments from so many international companies is obviously, it drives this Saudi Arabian country towards the Vision 2030. Vision 2030 is nothing but, you have been listening about Vision 2030, Vision 2030, but it's nothing but, in a nutshell, driving the Saudi Arabian country's economy away from oil and focusing on infrastructure, focusing on anything related non-oil revenue is nothing but, Vision 2030. Now, the compliances, rules and regulations are really very, very simple over here. At the same time, they are very strict when it comes to legal compliances. Any single mistake or any single forgery done by any people or any person over here, yes, they'll be subject to legal affairs. But coming back to the topic, let's say when you want to set up a company in Saudi Arabia for a new product, a new entrant in the market, it's always better to go with someone. It's someone over here, be it a Saudi, be it a non-Saudi. Please pick up is a proper Saudi national or proper non-Saudi national who can be your partner over here. So coming all the way from India is establishing brand over there in India. And when they come to Saudi Arabia, the rules and regulations, especially in Saudi Arabia, is unimaginable. So incredible, let's say, sometimes the loss it forces us to to compromise on our profits, compromise on the company ethics. But in reality, we must always stand high when it comes to the ethics, values of our company. So what we have to do is, in order to have a decent entry into the Saudi Arabian market, when we get collaborated with people of let's say Indian nationals or anyone else whom you know personally, they provide a platform to you to access the existing markets, access the existing customers. So if you have a product or a valuable service, and right from day one, getting all the statutory approvals, getting all the let's say complying to the rules and regulations in Saudi Arabia, it's practically it's very, very difficult right from day one. Because obviously you need to have invest at least 5 to 10 years time to get connections, to get to know about people, and then over a phone call you get POs. That happens only after let's say after you spend a decade in Saudi Arabia. It's not easy. Just like that, a company comes with all the technical skill set and they take the market share right from day one. It doesn't happen that way. We have to understand the ground reality as well. So what as a community, what we have to do is we have to partner with some good people. They will be providing a proper platform so that you don't have to invest all those, almost 500,000 Saudi riyal, whether you do business, whether or not, in the sense whether you get the projects or not, whether you have the company turnover or not. It doesn't matter to the government. What all matters is you have to pay all the government fees on time. A single payment, okay, VAT payment, you have to submit it, file it once in 3 months. Okay, let's say you have a VAT payment of 100,000 reals. You default to pay. Then what happens? You are subject to 5% penalty in the first month. Second month, again 5% penalty. Your Kiva, your Gosi, everything gets blocked. So if you don't pay the third time, then getting it released, even if you pay on after 2 months, getting it released, it's a big headache over here. So, complying to the statutory rules and regulations is of paramount importance here in Saudi Arabia. Okay, establishing a global brand. People do think that, okay, when we stick those fancy logos everywhere in each and every part of the world, in each and every document which we have, that is more than enough. No, branding is something different. The very first thing what we have to do is, when we are doing business for a quite long time, we have to, apply for the trademark. We have to get it registered from India. We have to open up companies in UK. It's very, very easy to open a company in UK. We have to open a company in UAE. So that way you create a multinational, environment. Even if you firmly believe on yourself, if you have a strong product, if you have a strong service, then go ahead. So otherwise, the best place to come to invest, to explore the market, and get paid tremendously. We have been here for more than a decade. It's good people, like so many people are here in this forum. Yesterday we had very distinguished guest speaking a lot about the Saudi Arabian opportunities. Yes, obviously we live in a time where the opportunities are endless, but at the same time we have to remember that nothing comes for free. Everything has a cost. So remembering the fact that we have cost and your service go hand in hand. You cannot provide a service relentlessly, and then at the end of the day you get crippled in cash flow. Many companies which enter into Saudi Arabian market, or seeing the the seeing the what do you call seeing the unlimited opportunities, they come, they get stuck. But this is the point. What I am trying to emphasize is, please do come to Saudi Arabia. It's a golden place to invest. But the thing is, select people with whom you can work with. Starting, we have to focus on having a trademark or in your respective country, and then come to Saudi Arabia. Here also, the moment you approach MISA, what will happen is they give the investment certificate for those people who just want to know how certificate. 1 minute, please. How to share this? I can show you some certificate which we received recently. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, we can see the
Can
screen.
everyone
Yes.
see? Yes.
Yeah, we can see the screen.
See, basically, when you apply for any certificate, you get investment registration certificate like this. This is the first step. And then the lawyer, the appointed lawyer, yes, obviously we can also do. But when we appoint a lawyer, things get very, very smooth over here. They know each and every single thing. All the documents must be in Arabic. So that way, they take care of each and everything. It's just a plug and play. Coming to Saudi Arabia, investing, let's say, opening a company is dead easy over here. It's just a matter of 4 to 5 days. When you have all the documentation ready, then then opening a company is very, very easy. In a matter of 1 week, you will have all the documents ready. CR, VAT, Zakat, GOSI, each and every single thing ready. Provided you must have the proper funds available during the investment phase. And after that, when you get collaborated with people over here, and when you have all the ISO certificates, let's say after a few months of time, you have to go for ISO certificates. When you have all the certificates in place, and when you have all the documents place, the Saudi Arabian country itself provides multiple opportunities. There are so many opportunities when it comes to oil and gas, chemical, petrochemical, water, power sector. So we have been, and especially solar, we have been, listening about Saudi Arabia is investing a lot, but conceptually saying we have to think about two things. The buildings are, there are so many buildings being constructed. There are so it needs electricity. So anyone who is from solar electrical background, they make a good amount of money over here. Within a matter of 6 months, believe me, within a matter of 6 months, you can become a multimillionaire if you have the right product, if you have the right service. And when it comes to services, if anyone wants to provide consultancy related business, you must have a professional investment license. The one which you are seeing on the screen is nothing but a manufacturing license. This is a license for manufacturing, but you need to get a services license separately, consulting license separately. But it's just a matter of 1 week. That's it. You're ready to go. You're ready to provide all your consulting services, and thereby, right from day one, is obviously when you do proper market study, you can easily approach the customers, before the inception of this company, and after that, people, let's say, start believing you, they start giving you the POs. We have the payment cycle, let's say, based on milestones, and you are ready to go. So again, coming back to the topic, you must focus on, let's say, branding. Is of paramount importance. The company's name must be one single word. Okay, in our case, it's NRFAC. That's it. So the anything related to solutions, technology, industries, all those stuff is just a mandatory word just to satisfy the licensing requirements. But please make sure that when you come to Saudi Arabia, have one single word, and that should resonate your frequency, and that will take you to the next level. From Saudi Arabia, it's just a matter of 2 hours to reach Qatar. It's just a matter of 3 hours to reach Kuwait. It's just a matter of few more hours to reach Oman. It takes only 3 hours to reach UAE. I'm speaking about the borders. It takes only 30 minutes from Al Khobar to reach Bahrain. So Saudi Arabia, and especially Al Khobar, Dammam, these eastern province, is hub to reach all these countries. When you provide services, or a product, within a matter of 3-4 hours, you can bring your service or a product to the next country. Sitting in Saudi Arabia, it's very, very easy to access all the other markets, and you can become a global hub just by investing few thousand riyals in Saudi Arabia. So it's a highly promising environment, highly promising people over here. But what it needs is, you need to have the right resource, right partner, and right time. Timing is very, very important over here. See, currently we have FIFA going on. When you enter into this market after, let's say, 5 years, then everything is gone. So please do focus on electrical related stuff. If you're a cyber security, AI related company, please focus on that. See, when you bring technology over here, is obviously you will be appreciated a lot. When you bring a unique product, is obviously you'll be appreciated a lot. People and the government, they directly get involved. They invest in your company. Many investors are here. They are ready to invest, but only after seeing the huge potential. When you show promising figures to investors, people do accept, and they come, and they invest a lot. Even the government, when you approach the MISA, Ministry of Investment Saudi Arabia, previously it was SAGIA, MISA, directly they invest when you have, and they also provide a land for, let's say, subsidized rate for the first 5 years. And yes, obviously the rules are dynamic. It keeps on changing just to suit the global market. If whatever we say over here right now, it may change maybe tomorrow. So the rules may get changed, but the base remains the same. So you could come to Saudi Arabia, meet people, let's say, do your market analysis, and then go back to your home country. Then again, come up with a proper plan, with proper, let's say, roadmap to be a successful company in Saudi Arabia. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity. We can have question and session.
Thank you, Mr. Nasruddin Ahmed, for your enlightened session on building a resilient global brand. Your 18 years experience shining through your strategies will surely help business think globally while act locally. You will define that how entering the Saudi market requires strategic planning, significant investment, and local partnership and seek adherence to the regulations. Thank you very much. Now is the time to the questions. We can take 3 questions due to the time limit. Please go ahead. First, power system, Zen power system. Please unmute yourself and ask the question.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, please
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Nasruddin, for the wonderful insight and detailed insight, I would actually say. So my company is a startup which we had already burnt our fingers last year after investing in Saudi Arabia. Okay, my company has products on retrofit emission control devices and retrofit air treatment systems for diesel generators. Okay. And we had an inquiry from NEOM last year. And what happened was, due to restructuring and investment reduction plans, I think that inquiry got cancelled. Okay. And also, we were also looking into vendors like Aramco. I think in the previous session, Mr. Mohammed Noor was speaking about it. So I just wanted to ask the same question, but I think there's a time. The time was consuming there, so I wasn't allowed. And Aramco vendor vetting and other things were there. The thing why we burnt our fingers is that because Saudi Arabia at this point of time, just unlike Indian CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, does not have any notification or norms in reducing pollution for diesel generators. Okay. I know that Saudi Arabia market, we analyzed the market very thoroughly, and we found that Saudi Arabia is using as much as 50% of diesel generators that is being actually used by India. Okay, that is the amount of opportunities that we had there. But since we do not have any norms right now, we weren't able to venture into the market and get our investments done there. But we are yet open right now because we have the right investment monetary funds as well. But I'm not sure how we could facilitate or ask the government of Saudi Arabia to induce a norm, because the norms is actually international standards by the United Nations. So do you have any idea how the government can be influenced on this? I'm sorry for the long question.
Thank you very much. Yes, please.
First of all, what we would like to say is, when it comes to introducing in, let's say, anything and everything, okay, it cannot be done by let's say overnight. It cannot be done overnight. At the same time, it has to be, let's say, it has to be formulated in a proper way, and then any proposal cannot be provided by an individual or by a small company. But at the same time, unless or until there is a change in the government regulations itself, to be honest, it's very, very, very difficult to induce something from our end. So if you have burnt your hands, what we would like to say is, kindly do contact us. We can sit and discuss in a separate meeting how we can improve and what has to be done. Because since we are locally available, we can, if you are having a product, you can relaunch through us. You can have a proper market entry this time without having that much of investment from your end. And in a nutshell, I will just tell you a short, very, very one-liner about our company. We are operating in more than 10 countries, starting from UK to Singapore, Malaysia, and in all the GCC countries. We are the only company in the entire Middle East handling 400 kV substations of 5 different countries except Oman. And the world's largest airport in terms of area is Dammam International Airport. If you see the Dammam International Airport, the E-gates, whatever you see in the International Arrival, International Departure section, were completely done by us. The EPCC, including training, was done by us. So we are a reputed global company. You could always approach us if you have any concern. We can personally get connected, and we can figure out the ways how to re-enter into the market. And when you have a proper diesel DG, if you have a proper IIoT device, that will be a game changer, because we are having that device. If you are having manufacturing something related to DG, we can get collaborated, and it will be really, good thing in the market. We are also, doing many things related to DG in the market as well.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let the last question, Mr. Aswar, can you unmute yourself, please?
Assalamu alaikum. Am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for this wonderful opportunity to hear this insightful discussion happening over here. And regarding my question, I'm not the business investor to ask about this. Actually, I'm a young engineer in EPC oil and gas, SIPA. Working in Chennai, and I'm having 3 years of experience. Okay, regarding this topic, I need a vision, means which talking about the oil and gas, in which platform I have to ahead my career, means the topic is regarding this oil and gas, in which platform and which um, way I have to focus, means actually the future is based on AI. We all talked about that. So my question is, what's a career on oil and gas in the future, oil and gas in after the 2030, how it would be? That's my first question. And my second question is, previously we talked about um, major oil and gas companies like um, ADNOC and more companies you talked about. Is there any exams are there to crack and get into it? Is there any exams are there in
Thank
Saudi?
you, sir. Aswar Ali,
Yeah.
thank you very much for your questions. This related to the career guidance. It's right. You can contact our SYPA chairman, Rafi, Mr. Rafi. He can guide you in this regards. And if any message from the speaker, please.
So, as for really, frankly saying, it's very good to see, good to see you speaking about, the future. In a nutshell, first 10 years, forget about the salaries, focus only on the technical stuff. When we started our career back in 2008, we were also very much curious about same like you, what to do, what not to do when the down the line of the next 10 years. What we did, we didn't focus upon we didn't focus on salaries part, but what we did, we focus only on the technical stuff. If you are technically dangerously sound, then the market yours. Be it mechanical, be it electrical, be it instrumentation. You should be technically competent enough to come to GCC country or to any part of the world, then only you can shine. So at the end of the day, please do some courses like, let's say you have to get enrolled with IIT small programs, IAM programs, or anything related to your, I don't know what's your what's your background, maybe mechanical, maybe electrical, accordingly I can answer, but you can directly connect with me and then I can, give you proper guidance. What's next? How to, scale up your career after 10 years, inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry for the time limit. We will not take more questions now. Let's take a moment to view short video about SYBA International Business Entrepreneurs Chambers. Please.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, Mr.
Yeah,
Muhammad
thank
Abbas,
you.
Mr. Rabi.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the video. Is there any more video, Mr. Rabi?
No, brother, we can start the next program.
Yes. Thank you very much. Now let's move to our next speaker, Dr. Adad Khan. He's the Managing Director of Kamida Infologics Private Limited. Dr. Khan will share his thoughts on humanizing healthcare and how technology and empathy can transform the healthcare deliveries. Dr. Khan, please
Maulana,
take the
next
stage.
speaker photo, Maulana.
Sorry?
Nothing, sir, nothing. Further proceed,
Yeah,
sir.
okay. Please, Dr. Khan, please take the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Greetings of peace. Good morning, everyone. A pleasure to be here. Thank you for Brother Muhammad, both Abbas and SIBEC and Rafiq for inviting me for this forum. I believe, I'd start with one of the most important motivations and inspirations for me. I'm a medical doctor by training, trained as an emergency physician. And then I studied finance and management because along the way, I realized that in healthcare, a majority of the managers, they generally take the best surgeon and make him into a hospital manager with very little professional management training. And the other extreme, especially in Europe, was taking a finance guy who has very little understanding of finance and management and making him into a hospital manager. So this blend was kind of missing wherever I went. I noticed that. So coming from an entrepreneurial background, my family are engineers and they are entrepreneurs. And then inspired by the statement of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he mentioned that there are 10 doors to rizq, and 9 of them open through business and trade. So I think this is a very powerful inspiration for us. Of course, the world has been changing in the last century significantly, and in the last 20, 30 years, where we can say that we used to hear this when we were children, that times have changed, the world is changing, and I'm sure that all of you must be also seeing that change, especially those who are born the pre-millennial generation. And of course now we have Gen Z, Gen X, and of course millennials are also that part of generation who have seen some bits of the past, but the new ones are completely different. Why? Because I think now we can truly say that, let alone our actions, even our intentions are not under our control. And I'm sure all of you must have experienced that. You intend to do something and you end up doing something else. So have you experienced that? Do you experience that in your daily lives? Yeah, we do that, right? That we intend on doing something and we end up doing something else. So this is the state of affairs where our, in Urdu we say hamari जो नफ्सियात है, or even our psychology is being impacted significantly because of things around us. So of course this forum, I think the speakers before me, Nizamuddin Bhai, have and others have really explained about the opportunities as well as challenges in Saudi market. Definitely Saudi Arabia is at a cusp of there are a lot of opportunities. Even earlier, my family came here almost 40 years ago and they established their business in construction industry and engineering, and they've been very successful. The entry barrier in the country were very high. So this is why this country was kind of quite closed. Post 2015, things have dramatically changed. And in the last 10 years, especially, so the entry barrier has come down, as brother explained earlier. It's much more easier than what it used to be. Right. But with all that said, I think there are still a lot of opportunities, especially in the next coming 10 years, especially, there are major events that are taking place. I hope all these initiatives will go through successfully. But more importantly, this area is very special, as in the geography of this area as well. Particularly, we have the holy cities, Mecca and Medina. and they have been relevant throughout the history of humanity. So this place has a history from Adam alayhi salam to current. So I think it'll never lose its relevance. It'll continue to have its own relevance. I want to give you a general overview of your intent. So before you come here, I think it's very important to really introspect and understand your intent, because the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Innamal a'malu binniyat." So I think the first thing I would advise is fix your intention, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Raziq. He has all. So a risk, is it ordained or obtained? A question to all of you, right? So when we know our risk is ordained, right? Wallahu yarzuqu man yasha'u bighayri hisab. You're on mute, Brother Abbas. You were saying something? So risk is ordained. So I think it's very important that we purify our intention as to why we want to come here, because this is a fundamental difference in the modern Western civilization and the capitalistic approach. Whereas our approach, that we have our values in history, and our Prophet and our Deen guides us throughout life. Economics is a very important pillar, and hence I started our conversation with the first hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ about entrepreneurship. Halal risk is very important for us, right? It is not only a question of our dunya, our life, but also afterlife, because that's one of the first questions we will be asked when we are in our grave. How did you earn it, and how did you spend it? So I would urge all of you participants who are interested in doing business anywhere, and especially, of course, here, is to make sure that you have the right intent. Our mindset is a little different, because we serve, or we kind of earn profit as an outcome of service. Whereas the capitalistic mindset is their intention is to earn profit. So service is not the real intent. Here, our intent is service. So we earn profit as a result of service, and they serve in order to earn profit. So I think this is an important aspect that we need to clarify and understand. Healthcare is a very, very important aspect of life, because it touches all our emotions. So in spite of my family being in healthcare, in engineering and construction, I decided to do medicine because I was inspired by one ayah of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. If you save a life, it's like saving all of humanity. So that was my inspiration. And of course, I realized that I wanted to help a lot of people and touch many lives. As a doctor, I would be spending, a day helping 20, 25 people. So I went and journeyed into healthcare technology, where I thought I could touch a lot of lives. And alhamdulillah, and that's one of our first KPIs as well in our company, not profitability, but rather the number of lives you have touched. So just one system I was looking at, we touch more than 40 million lives a year. I could not imagine serving or taking care of 40,000 people in my entire life as a doctor alone. So this is extremely satisfying. And of course, you get the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my advice to all of you, there are many opportunities in healthcare in Saudi Arabia. We have some good success stories on a small scale where there are small entrepreneurs, especially from South India, who started primary care clinics, and they're serving the local population. And some of them have grown also significantly and contributed back to their respective countries and their people. The country is beautiful. People are nice. As brother earlier advised, partnership is very important. And in partnership, honesty, integrity is very important. The Prophet ﷺ said, when two people decide to partner together, I am the third, right? As long as they're honest to each other. So me personally, I've had mixed experiences in the country. There are some very, very good people who you can trust with everything. And they will be, you will see that epitome of integrity, honesty, truthfulness, friendliness. At the same time, I've had some bad experiences also. So it's very important that you choose the right partner, with the right values. And it's mixed. I'm sure everyone here who've worked and experienced in this country would agree with me. So it'll just be easier for you to if you have the right partner, so that you don't have to invest in a lot of things that are unnecessary. So first, being intent, the importance of entrepreneurship. Third, I feel in healthcare industry, humanizing healthcare. And that's why I chose this topic, because I feel that in our religion, in our deen, we have all the necessary motivational requirement for a person to do good and achieve righteousness. Because currently it's the systems, right? So I think systems play a very vital role in impacting human behavior. And I believe the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, in the first 10 years of his Meccan life, what was he trying to do? Right? He created this team of about 100 people, and he changed their human behavior to a level where he took them from some of the lowest of the low to the highest of the high, right? In terms of human character. And then and there were about 100 people. When he migrated to Medina, there was about, another addition of 300 people. And these 400 people changed the world forever. Within 10 years, we had the Roman Empire, which was the largest empire, one of the largest for 1,000 years, and the Persian Empire, right? That comprised of the most powerful empires of its time. And within 10 years, both these came into the fold of Islam within 10 years. The European Orientalists, who say about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, they don't have faith like us. So they say that this man came into the cave and he claims that an angel came to him and he brought him this revelation, the Quran. So for them, it's like a fantasy. It's like a story, right? But they say we cannot deny the fact that one of his followers, who were nomadic out from the desert, illiterate, jahil, literally, and they took over the largest empires of their time in a matter of 10 years, something that has never been done in human history. So that revolution was brought about by this, and the epicenter of this place is here. I mean, my reason for being here was this. It's a great place to raise a family. The values are very good. I was in London. I moved my family here because I wanted my children to be in that environment. And it was my duty to protect them, because you will earn, inshallah, anywhere, right? But what brother said is, have Brother Nizamuddin earlier about career. So focus on integrity, making sure you have the knowledge and the skills. So these two things will remain with you, whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing, with integrity. You see, my inspiration for recruitment is Surah Namal, where Sulaiman alayhi salam, was in his court and he asked, who's going to bring me the throne of Saba, Bilqis? And the most powerful of the jinn, he qualifies himself for that job. And he says, I will bring it forward to you before you rise up from your meeting. So before you finish, he's in his cabinet and he has all these great stalwarts. And the most powerful of the jinn, his name is Ifrit. The Quran describes his name as Ifrit. He said, and I am Qawiyun Amin, capable and trustworthy. So capability, Qawi, I'm translating as capable. And in that order, you see, so you will establish capability first and trustworthiness. Everyone is looking for capable people and trustworthy people. Make yourself capable and trustworthy and deliver what you promise. Under promise, over deliver. There are opportunities, but you got to be patient. It's not easy. Let me tell you all, and nothing is going to be easy. This life is a struggle and we'll have to work hard. And a believer, whatever he does it to the highest level of perfection. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, a believer, whatever he does it to perfection. I learned this lesson, not here, unfortunately, but in Japan. I was trained in Japan and, my mentor sent me to Kameda, it's a medical center, hospital, Kameda Medical Center, which is a 350-year-old hospital. And it's a trust hospital. It's not a corporate hospital. And my mentor is an 11th generation doctor. And this is south of Tokyo. It's a 350-year-old trust hospital. And it has been paperless and filmless since 1995. Those in technology and IT business will understand what was the situation of IT in 1995. So it's been paperless and filmless since 1995. We see over 3,000 patients a day in the outpatients without waiting. And no matter how fast you come down from your room, whether you use the elevator or the staircase, you cannot beat the bill. This is how swift the discharge process is. So he sent me to training to Toyota manufacturing facility. And I finished my tour there. I just want to share this small experience with you because it is very important in whatever you're going to be doing in life and whatever you're doing in life. So he says that, I finished my training in this. And first of all, I was thinking, why is he sending me to a manufacturing automobile unit rather than a hospital? But I think that was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. I finished my training there and I asked the plant manager at the end of my training that, where are your quality guys? He says, Atat, we don't have any. I said, how come? You're #1 quality manufacturer in the world. How come you don't have quality inspectors? He said that quality, for us, every staff member is a quality inspector. That's #1 thing. And then he says something that just resonates in my ears. He says, quality is not a culture for us. Quality is religion for us. And subhanAllah, those words of the Prophet ﷺ just came to my mind. I was like, what Rasulullah ﷺ said, this country has adapted this one key advice of the Prophet, and it has become #1 in the world in quality, just by following one advice of the Prophet. Itqan, the Prophet ﷺ used that word itqan. So, and we have itqan and ihsan. So if we do, so they import raw material of $3, export steel of $3,000. If you look into Islamic history, from almost the 8th century to the 16th century, we dominated the globe, the entire world in every industry. Be it healthcare, the modern concepts of hospitals was given by Islam, Bimaristan. This was a concept in Khurasan. The first health secretary of the Prophet ﷺ was a lady in Medina responsible for public health, right? And health is one of the key maqasid al-Sharia, preservation of nafs and preservation of life, the key objectives of Sharia. And I believe that almost 99% of ahkam in the Quran and in the Sharia of the Prophet ﷺ are related to two things, directly or indirectly. #1, health, and #2, peace and justice. Anything you see will come to these two points. So, because preserving life, preserving intellect, preserving property are some of the core foundational objectives of our Sharia. So with that, I think I will just summarize my brief on experiences in Saudi and in general about entrepreneurship. And I'll be happy to spend more time interacting with you if you have any specific questions on healthcare investments. There are plenty of opportunities. I'm sure those are open right from hospital, but they are not easy. You got to have big investment. If you want to go into pharma, it needs investment, it needs time. You want to open hospitals, it needs investment, it needs time, it needs patience. Quick wins, I think one area which I would recommend is training. And training is very important. Why? Because again, it's to do with human behavior. This is a service industry. The human touch is necessary. And that's why I emphasized on humanizing healthcare. This is in general. This country provides free healthcare to its people. The model of care is changing significantly. The regulator is no longer the provider of care. So that's a big opportunity. There are non-communicable diseases. But when we touch people with human lives, I think training is very important. And everything begins over here. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. Right. With that, I conclude my conversation with you, and I'll be happy to answer any specific questions that you have in this area of healthcare investments opportunities. Thank you so much. Jazakumullahu khair wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. And thanks again to the organizers of SIBEC for doing this wonderful job. Brother Muhammad, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Adat Khan, for your inspiring session on humanizing healthcare. Really, it's very inspirable, and your message about the compassion being heart of innovations resonates deeply with all of us and with Islamic values. Really, it's a great session. Now, I would like to ask the participant to ask your question, please. Mr. Mustaq, unmute yourself. Muskan, please unmute yourself. Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes, please.
Okay. This question is for Dr. Athat. Thank you for your in detail and a blend of Islamic and religious values into the business opportunities session that was given to us. To the doctor, I would like to ask, what are the opportunities for the alternative medical practitioners, especially for the special needs? I'm a researcher into the special needs integrated with different alternative methods. Do I have an opportunity there? And if yes, are government grants available? And my last question to the organizer is, am I in the right platform, because I do not see any female entrepreneurs? Thank you very much.
Shall I take the first question? So thank you, Sister Muskan. I think your question is very relevant, beautiful. I wanted to actually touch upon this, but due to limited time, I could not. So there's roughly, special needs, autism, spectrum disorders is increasing dramatically around the world for various reasons. We don't have time to go into this. The same problem is here as well. In fact, I personally have been impacted by this because my local partner in Saudi Arabia has, two of his children, both of them have, unfortunately, their special needs. But what I can tell you is I contacted a friend in the UK. They went around all over the country to get the treatment, and they could not even in the best of institutions. Unfortunately, this is a new area, so not very many people know how to manage and handle spectrum disorders and special needs. There are institutions in the country. There is a huge, funding also available from the government to take care of such children. However, the sector is very unorganized. There are very few people who really understand it. So I help my friend personally by going to one of my friends who's a pediatric neuropsychologist and specializes in London in psychiatry, pediatric neuropsychiatry in London, and he's helped them personally. There is a huge need. There is a demand for this. Definitely, there are more than 100,000 children in this sector, and if you look at their outcomes, are very, very inadequate. So alternative methods is another very important thing. You see the modern Western civilization, right? Let me tell you two more things about something that I wanted to touch upon. They only bring in solutions that can make money, right? So first, normally, they commercialize problems and then they commercialize solutions. So exploiting human vulnerabilities. And any solution that does not make a huge amount of money, they're not interested, or they will kill it. So in fact, I also am a advisor to some policymakers. And recently, a couple of weeks ago, there was a conference of the OIC in Amman in Jordan, where 57 countries from the Islamic world gathered together with their health ministers. We represent 2 billion of the global population. Unfortunately, we don't have a single platform. Can you imagine this? 2 billion people representing the world. We don't have our scientific methods, which we invented and gave to the world. So alternative remedies are very important. You will hear your grandmother talk about it. They were done in all of our homes. The Gen Z, unfortunately, is not focusing much. We've been advocating. I wrote a paper, gave it to one of the policymakers to present in that forum. We're trying to initiate some of this dialogue and also work on another alliance called IA Data, which is International Alliance for Affordable Diagnostics and Therapeutics, led by the Malaysian leadership and Prime Minister, wherein he wants to gather and unite the global South in developing affordable diagnostic and therapeutics. So your area and question, I think, is very relevant. There is a need. Number one, there is a need for, again, good people, because this is, again, touching human lives. So in order to influence human life, you need to be very skillful and you need to have the knowledge. So number one is ikhlas. Number two is ilm, right? And actually, I would say number one is iman, number two is ikhlas, and number three is ilm. All these three are very important to actually deliver the care and to take care of the person that you're trying to help.
Thank you.
So,
Clearly said. Thank you. We can go the next question, please. We have also.
the next question she
Asfa,
had was that there is no other thing else.
Asfa Ahmed Mohammed, please unmute yourself.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My question is related to the previous question. As a, I would like to ask doctor, is there any scope for homeopathy? Because I had done BHMS and I'm staying in Jubail city. And there is now I am a full-time housewife learning and teaching Quran and Tajweed now. But it is like some part of deep in my heart I wanted to do something what I benefit others what I learn, but I was failed because here they didn't recognize homeopathy like BHMS. So I learned hijama, and that was also become very difficult to practice from home. So is there any scope like few years back it was very difficult to manage your own clinic with hijama. So I just sit in the home and start doing, but now it is difficult now.
So, sister, from my understanding, homeopathy, the problem is the regulator here does not know how to regulate homeopathy. So this is one challenge. However, hijama and prophetic medicine is acceptable, and there are centers you will find in Jubail also, I'm sure in the MAM, which are practicing hijama. So I think you should get associated with them and also develop other skills to utilize your knowledge and skills to contribute and associate with one of these centers. To be specific, Alhamdulillah, you are learning Quran and Tajweed. I think that's great contribution. But in addition, but the government doesn't recognize that. So there is no regulation and they don't know how to regulate. That's why they just shut this down. Whatever is happening is under cover. There are people who are practicing it, but it's risky.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor. Very nice. And let unmute Dr. S. Wasim Shah. Please unmute yourself.
Jazakallah khair for this meeting, and thanks for the invite, Rabik sir. And I attended the sessions. I'm a senior assistant professor in Madurai Medical College here in Madurai, doing some researches with the ICMR also. We have a proposal on digital health and edu. Can you get me? Is my voice audible?
Yes, audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, we have a proposal on digital health and edutech, focusing mainly on preventive and primordial and primary prevention. The doing that by gamification methods. Can I have a proposal here, but how can I get a collaboration and meet the people from there? Is there any possibility?
So
Thank you very much.
Can share it with me. I mean, I think prevention is a key. We have been great advocates, and Islam again talks about prevention as major healthcare prevention, because hand hygiene is #1 cause of majority of the problems that we have, and Islam already gives a solution not only of hand hygiene but also oral hygiene using miswak that we use, and of course the dietary nutrition. So health doesn't start from medications. In fact, that's the last step. So, as we say, prevention is better than cure. So I think the government here, as well as in all egalitarian countries, is focusing on early detection and disease prevention. In the modern world, we have certain key performance indicators. And I'm an advocate of how do you say a good healthcare system is? What is the indicator of a good healthcare system? So normally we have many indicators, but there is no indicator currently available. And my advice and proposal is we should have an indicator that how many beds are empty, right? But do we have that as an indicator? If your beds are empty, that means you have a good healthcare system. And this is precisely to your point, Dr. Wasim, on prevention. I'll be happy to look at your proposal and connect you with relevant potential partners in this space.
Thank you, doctor. It's a very great KPI which you mentioned. Very good. Let me move on. Dr. Saeed Murtaza Ali, please unmute yourself and ask your question too. Okay. Let Muhandis Mubarak please ask your question. Muhandis Mubarak.
Yes. Hello and Assalamu alaikum. I'm Mubarak Khan from Muhandis Industries. We are from India and we are manufacturers of these isolated power supply systems for hospital operation theaters and ICUs. It is a special product with limited manufacturers across the globe actually. And I want to introduce this product to the Saudi healthcare market. I want to know potential of healthcare market in Saudi Arabia and ways to identify upcoming healthcare projects and supply these products without actually setting up office or manufacturing facility in Saudi.
Thank you, Brother Mubarak. MashaAllah, good to hear about the solution. So I think the solution is very relevant to where you are in India, where there is frequent power outages. In Saudi Arabia, the regulations are very different. Their infrastructure level is very, very high in terms of backups and power backups. So they not only have multiple grid supply, but they also have an on-site generator, as well as the standards are very high. So basically, beside every bedhead, not only in ICU and OR, but also in outpatients and ER and inpatient standard, they always have a backup power supply, right? And this is on captive UPSs as well as the entire infrastructure. So I think it's a good solution, but for Saudi, it may not be a solution unless there is a huge cost saving that you're bringing in addition to what is being delivered at the moment. I know these current backups are expensive. I'm not sure of your product. But number two, in general, we should be self-reliant and self-dependent. So even in Saudi, there is a drive for being independent as much as possible for critical things. So I think manufacturing maybe they may be interested, but again, manufacturing is a second step if there is a demand. So who would be the right person? The hospital consultants, who are into, building these hospitals. There are healthcare guidelines. If you go into Sabahi, there is something called Sabahi, CABAHI. So they have their facility and infrastructure guidelines. There you will find even power backup guidelines. But I'm not particularly cannot tell you the cost, but I told you generally there is a backup available for the whole hospital. There are dedicated power lines beside every bedhead in good standard hospitals. And one of this guideline is that you should have that emergency backup. And even the color coding is there beside every outpatient clinic to make sure those backups are available, whether for technology, the equipment, or even your minimum running operations.
Great. Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much. We can go to the next question. Yeah, one more question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I ask the question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Atat, for the very insightful lecture and a very practical one also. I'm based in India and I would like to start an diagnostic and imaging center in KSA. Can you guide us?
Right. So there is so Saudi healthcare, by the way, system is Saudi Arabia is a population of about 35 million people. I didn't want to go into those demographics, but let me tell you quickly into the space. There is, they're spending one of the highest spending, $60 billion, right? Which I think is an overkill, but they realize this and they want to curtail this expenditure. And hence, the government is not efficient in managing this expenditure, number one. Number two is they don't have the visibility because non-communicable diseases are increasing, right? So diabetes, for example, hypertension, and other illnesses even is on the rise. Coronary heart disease, oncology is a major contributor of healthcare. And these are all lifestyle diseases. So the government wants to reduce cost. Diagnostic labs and imaging, there are plenty available in the major cities. So if you want to open one, I would say it's important to identify the right place. And normally the system here is not like India, wherein everyone can do whatever they want. It's highly regulated. So for example, if you have a polyclinic, you need to have a polyclinic, in fact. So where are you going to get your cases? It's not like India. So a polyclinic here must have basic facilities, and a basic diagnostics is also necessary for a polyclinic, right? You can have a lab in a group of clinics. So maybe if you have some very unique features, so I'll tell you, have you heard of ThyroCare?
Yeah. Yes. Good in India. Yeah.
Right. So ThyroCare became from $1 million company to a multi-billion-dollar company, right? Dr. Money, Velu Money. ThyroCare failed in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia and the GCC. They are the most efficient, but they could not crack the Saudi market. So I'm just telling you the pitfalls for you to just understand. So make sure you position yourself very well. There is a need, but I would advise you partner with somebody local and find a place where there is no service offering. And this would be my,
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. One of the last question in this session. Please, Hamid, unmute yourself and ask your question very quickly. So, Hamid. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, done. I was not able to unmute earlier.
Please. Please ask your question.
Maybe somebody else has to unmute, better unmute them, the admin.
Okay.
We are into healthcare, doctor, and we are into predictive analytics, where we using our platform, we identify the risk of admissions and readmissions in hospital and rehospitalization. And we are in several countries in India, South Africa, Dubai, UAE, and we want to expand into Saudi Arabia. And we would like to connect, because this is for the population health, for the government, and it is for the insurance companies in healthcare and hospitals. So we want to get a right connect so that we can collaborate and get us into that. So can you help, advise, please?
So digital health is a very upcoming area. The country is focusing a lot, because only when you have data, you can actually do something about it. It's like if you don't have, of course, but then the data should be reliable, should be accurate, should be timely, should be consistent, should be, the default data, etc., needs to be mandated. So population health is an important priority of the 2030 vision. And I think there would be a lot of traction if your solution, have you heard of Enli? Brother Hamid? Enli? ENLI?
No, doctor, I did not hear.
So please research Enli. Enli was awarded the best population health solution in the world. Okay. And then they were acquired by another company. So there is traction. You can get my contact details from brother in SIBEC, and I'll be happy to connect you with some potential partners. And
Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciated from everyone. It's very nice. You answered all our questions. Thank you. And next, we have our Mr. Malik Ibrahim, the owner of Class Design Corporate Riyadh, who will discuss the creative and commercial potential of interior finishing in Saudi Arabia. Mr. Malik, we are excited to hear from you. Please, stage is yours.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning and greetings to all of the friends across the globe. First of all, thanks to Almighty and to SIBEC members who has been very inspirational things to the community during these times. With the topic I have chosen is, which I am very strong in that one, the interior finishing and how the things are going. First of all, we have a different relationship in the construction and interior finishing. So what is interior finishing? So in construction, basically we say that 40% is and the structure, and the remaining is the finishing. We all know that one. When we build a house, we build the structure and we do the interior decoration and other fit outs and these things. So how this market is happening in Saudi Arabia? Well, everybody is talking about a huge opportunity here in Saudi Arabia, but many people fail to realize that this segment is growing phenomenally in this region. And unfortunately, very few Indian players or very few other known people from India who's taking care of this one. Let me segmentize or the factors. I'm going to do this one, then I will take some question and answers. First of all, the market. If you look into the market size, basically, the market is really growing actually. If you look into the current scenario and what is coming up in the 2030 or beyond that one, it is, you can say it is doubled, or you can say it is more than what we expected actually. So right now we are at 3.8 billion, and we are expected to grow nearly about 5 billion US dollars of this size actually. This actually the market research from Adore, and they give the details about this one. So when we go to the, I'm not able to access my hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, something wrong with my presentation. 1 minute. Okay, I got it. So what is really driving this market? Actually, the driving market is very very sincere, and we can say that the young generation and the large number of working force, and definitely the operator, can I'm not able to access my slide PowerPoint. Can you help me out?
Yeah.
Sir, you do one thing. You just share the presentation. We will present it. Okay?
You have the presentation already. I shared it with you.
Okay. Admin.
Okay, sir. I will share.
Okay. So you just disconnect the screen.
Okay, so let's go to the segment. So why the market is growing is a very interesting thing, because a lot of new force working in the market, the local market especially, and growing number of youngsters. They see around the world and how they look into the living standards across the globe is definitely adding value to the market. So this is one of the key factor what really driving this tool actually. Another main factor is okay, I got it already. So let me go back. Okay, so the market, what drives the market basically? So now we are talking about Saudi World Cup 2034 and Riyadh Expo 2030. Can anybody imagine what number of percentage of the occupancy rate in Riyadh itself during these seasons, except for summer? Even summer, we have around 70 to 80% occupancy in the hotel. And during the Riyadh season, the peak, the hotel occupancies are almost 90%, which is very high in the region. So this is also pushing the market to build more hotels. And we are seeing some of the projects, we have almost around, I think unofficially we can say that 300 new hotels are coming up before end of 2030. So you consider that each hotel has a minimum of 100 rooms or more. So it is almost around 300,000 plus. So this is the key factor why we are talking too much about the interior finishing and the market division in this segment. So again, the government is very keen on taking the quality of the products and other things and all. So this is one of the reasons. So what we are looking at the major projects. Right now, these are the key projects, and don't ask me why I am not shown the NEOM project, because NEOM is in a different segment and different dynamics. So I'm not keen on that right now. But even the Russian front is in Riyadh, which is mainly focusing on the local market for the real estate, residential markets, compounds, and community livings. Even the foreigners are now ready to invest on that one, and already they are investing on that one. So let us talk about Kitia. The Kitia is one of the much talked project, which is almost coming to handover in a couple of months. So this is mainly for the entertainment, and we are looking for many new hotels and other high-end lounges in that one. Again, Red Sea Global is the major company where we are expecting huge number of resorts and other things and all. It is equally talked and hyped along with NEOM. Now, the RIA company is mainly focusing on the Riyadh outskirts and other things and all, which is we have right now the project called project in the RIA, which is expands almost in the valley of Sadia, almost around south to north, 50 kilometers length, which has right now they are talking about seven-star hotels and 50 five-star hotels. Already many Indian players have come here. Taj is here, and other major hotels from India are already playing their major part. And of course, from US, many hotels are already participating in this one. So these are the key developments, and they have already the golf course. It is already operational, and the major golf tournaments are coming up here. So this is one of the major project which we are focusing on also. So
Apology
what
for
we are
interrupting in
come
between.
again.
Sir, actually, both the peoples are sharing the same presentation. You just stop the screen sharing. From our end, we will share the presentation.
All right, that's good. So can you go to the segment, please? Go next.
Admin, go next.
Next segment.
Next.
Go to this next. Yeah. So next thing. Yeah, hold on. So now what is the design market we are talking about? The market segment is actually mainly from Riyadh side, actually. The Riyadh has huge potential. Being a capital city, it has a huge potential. And we are talking about Makkah and Medina being a religious capital of the world. And now the government has already opened private equity participation. You can buy real estate in Makkah and Medina as a Muslim. So this is another opportunity for many hotels or many pilgrims are coming, and they are investing, and the need is growing and every year. So other than that, we have the Eastern Province, Dammam, and rest of Saudi Arabia, which is mainly focusing on north, like NEOM project where it is happening, and south is less concentrated. This is the key thing about it. So where is the market outlook? We are talking about it. We are mainly covering on the commercial and the residential. So the commercial, what I mainly focused is, and the hotels, high-worthy private residentials and palaces. Again, we come to the the private institutions or the government institution palaces, these kind of things. And residential, of course, we are talking about home decor and other things and all. One of the major thing is which I talked about is the hotels. The hotels, as I said, in Riyadh itself, we are expecting more than 300 and plus. So this plus the old hotels, the already existing hotels. So we are talking about the new hotels
and as well as the renovation. So this is one of the major things we are focusing on. See, you must be wondering, so what we have, the thing actually, the average rate on the present day, it's something around $150 to $200 per night, and the peak seasons are the demand season in Riyadh itself. So you can imagine the revenue, how the hotels are making and other things and all. So when we say that interiors, so we can cover from low end to the high end. It is always the conscious. Next slide, please. Okay, now let us talk about the hotel industry. So this is another report from IMAC. So how the growth is happening for the next a couple of years and where we are reaching it actually from 49 to $100 billion. So the growth is consistent and very steady until we reach the World Cup. I think this will eminently boost the economy in many different ways. When we talk about interiors, it is not just about only one segment. It has its own industry. It has its own decorative partners, the architects, the interior designers, and everybody are pushing to substantiate this industry and this segment in a very luxurious way in Saudi Arabia. The next slide, please. Next, please. Yeah. So now go back. So the home furnishing, this is another industry, and the hotel industry is one part of the thing. This is one of the main launches which I did for one of the prestigious hotel. So this is partly it is my job, and I don't claim it's completely. It's partly it's my job. So next slide, please. So the finishing market. So why it is growing in a very high and healthy trend? Basically, when the income group is getting higher and higher, the people are looking for the luxurious life and luxurious products and quality of living. So we always talk about designing into different styles. We have contemporary, we have a classical one, and we have neoclassic, and we have many other things. So these all are pushing the industry into different products and different dimensions. And people have the culture to decorate their home quite often and almost every 3 years or 5 years. And they used to change it, the furnitures quite very often. So this really pushes the market, not only for the new ventures as well as for the refurbishing and renovation and other things and all. So this is a kind of a market which really talking about it. Next slide, please. So these are some of my projects which I did it, and we can share it later on. Next one, please. So the products, I think I would have to have a personal discussion on this one because we can have different products because even from a pin to a complete what do you call that, decorating the whole house, we can cover everything other than what do you call the fit outs, then finishing other things and all. We can cover many things, especially from the furnitures, curtains, your table, your chairs, and even your bed linen, your carpets, your new ideas about decorating your own house, the lighting segments. So there are many segments here which I can talk even for a day about this one. But my key idea is to make it open for the players, those who are already in the market or already in the line of business. They can have that one into a different segment. Next one, please. Next, yeah. Yeah, these are some of the ideas, but it's really, talking about the products. Okay, next, please. So this is the idea how the standard of living is going and some of the classical way of doing things. Next. Okay, any question and answers? I would like to take more questions so we can explain more about the segment over here, how the market is running and how the opportunities are there.
Thank you, Mr. Malik, for your insightful presentation on interior finishing. Now, your vision of designing spaces, defining the future, which all are inspiring to us. Now, let me start the question Q&A session. We can give the more time for our participant to ask the questions. Please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Dr. Said, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Dr. Sai, sir, you can unmute yourself. Admin request you to stop the scene slide.
Okay, Dr. Muhammad Ali, please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. Brother Malik, very nice presentation. And I'll be speaking next, by the way. But before that, you have come from my industry. And
thank you.
yes. From the design industry, we in UAE have a reasonable exposure into the design and finishes in the panels, wood panels. Like you've got your melamine MDF and melamine chipboard. I wanted to know, do you have an understanding? I'm sure you will have an understanding between the chipboard and MDF.
Yes.
Yes. Why is Saudi still a very chipboard dominated market as compared to UAE or Qatar or Oman, where melamine is being used? Do you have a reason for that, Mr. Malik?
No. Yeah, actually, even that one is going out. Now we have SPC boards and panels have come up, which is printed, and China is dominating the whole segment, actually. If you really look into the new segments, new products, the charcoal laminated and SPC doors even come. SPC doors are very powerful, and even they are fireproof and cheaper and very easy to make. And these are the innovative materials already dominating the market. The problem is actually there is an improper education and improper, or rather the architects or the interior designers are not fully given the opportunity to give the exposure to that one. So there are two segments actually. One is the conventional architecture and the young generation who study abroad and they look into the different things. Even if you see that one, if you are into the same field, we are talking about 70-30 concept on the world technology, world methodology, and 50-50 concept in the new methodology, where we adapt 50% of the concepts and give more space to the living actually. So this one gives more an opportunity for the new products. The new products in the sense, the space is required for the living. It is not about dumping your decoration. Yes, exactly. The space is more required and the mood is required. So how these things are all adapted into the new explanation, and how the power saving things are coming up to the new materials. These are all very key important. And if you see the current markets or current projects, it's mostly consultant driven. The consultants are mostly from US or UK or even from UAE, dominating some of the major offices representing in Saudi Arabia. But slowly it is adapting actually. But Saudi Arabia, it's very fast to adapt the change. So this is also helping the new architects or the interior designers to understand most of the things.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malik. I would like to have your number if I can.
Yeah, you can take it, my number. You can ping me. Or you can take it from the moderator.
From the organizers, yes.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Anything else, brother? I know it's a quite a different subject for most of our audience, but the point is actually in one point of the time or another point of the time we do it indirectly. For example, people from Karur are supplying for IKEA this whole the linens and other things and all. People from Erode, they are supplying the bed linens. The people from Tiruchengodu, they are supplying one of the finest bed linens to Emirates Airlines. So these are all the facts we less know about that one. But the thing is, how we are putting ourselves into the market, which is a huge market actually. It's a very huge market. You can imagine and it is growing like anything. Even in India, it is growing like anything. But one very agreeable truth is our players are very less. For many reasons. I don't know why, because even the products are coming from India are not to that quality, or which is not presented well. This is the only thing which I am focusing on. Actually, if there is any products or services which I can really give it to the market from India, please feel free to call me, or I can assist you on some of the things which is running over here in the markets actually. Any more questions?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Malik Ibrahim.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's. There is no next. There is a next guest. Next speaker will be Malik. Muhammad Ali Malik. Sorry, let's welcome our the next guest, Dr. Muhammad Ali Malik. Muhammad Ali Marakayar, Director of BPMC Group, EAE, who will inspire us with his session on building legacy through entrepreneurship. Dr. Muhammad, we are eager to hear your thoughts. Please, stage is yours.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Just a second, let me get the right. Yeah, first of all, let me make sure, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
If a thumbs up or a high five would do, this is first. And the second thing is, we have been listening to a lot of speeches since yesterday. Wonderful, profound, articulate market leaders. I'm just trying to pull up my presentation while yes. Just a second. I didn't want to talk about the Saudi market because I think the players in Saudi deserve. Can you see my screen? Yes. I think the players in Saudi deserve to talk about Saudi market. Yes, we have been in the UAE market. We have had our operations in Saudi in late 90s until early 2000. We are a building material company in the UAE for the last 50 years. It's a family-owned, multi-family owned business. But I don't deserve to talk about Saudi. Saudi is a vibrant, and I prefer that the market needs to be discussed by the players who are actively participating in the Saudi market. That's why I took this topic, since I believe that there are a lot of entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs in this forum. And I first of all would like to appreciate this initiative taken by SYPA, SIBEC. It's a beautiful platform that you've created, bringing in wonderful speakers from across the globe. I can see a lot of people from many parts of the world interested in listening about Saudi. Saudi is the economic growth engine, not just for the Middle East, it's for the entire globe. Just like the name says, Middle East, everybody is coming to the middle. And the word Makkah means center, and Saudi is in the center of the world, and everybody is looking for an opportunity to increase their wealth, to become successful, a lot of reason. And that's why I'm trying to address this topic of building a legacy through entrepreneurship. Before I get into the details, first thing I wanted to ask you all, I know I am a very in-person speaker. I like to speak on stage. I like to interact with people. I like to point fingers and ask questions, but I cannot do that. I am not able to see you all. But I would like to ask this question, and probably you can answer it to yourself, especially if you're a business owner, especially if you're running a business, whether you're in India, you're in Singapore, you're in Dubai, you're in Saudi, it doesn't matter. What kind of legacy do we want to leave behind? What kind of legacy do we want to leave behind? This is a very important subject. It's not the legacy that I'm talking about in numbers, profits. I'm asking about what is the kind of legacy that you want to live so that the lives are impacted, the lives of people, the planet is impacted, especially in a fast changing world economy, and where Saudi is poised with its Vision 2030, transforming literally every sector. Entrepreneurship is not just about opportunity, it's about impact, it's about endurance, it's about a legacy. With this, I would like to introduce myself briefly. I'm Dr. Muhammad Ali Marakar. I'm an executive director in BBMC Group. We are a family-owned business. I have various opportunities sitting in different boards. This is a brief about me. I have written a chapter, and I wanted to address this chapter. This is a chapter that I wrote about a company in Dubai, and it was a chapter relating to the founder who was an entrepreneur himself. Now, what does legacy mean in our business? A lot of times when you talk about legacy, the only thing that comes to mind is inheritance. It's about what we leave for the people. After me, what I would like to leave for my children, that's what I think legacy is all about. But true legacy is actually what we leave in the people, in our teams, with our customers, within our communities. I had an opportunity to have a chat with the group managing director of Saint-Gobain Gyprock. He is Mr. Alain Tardy. He was about 70 when I interviewed him. And he grew up from a very small position as an engineer for 33 years, and then he became the global head of Gyprock, which is a Saint-Gobain company, and which means the world global marketing manager, sorry, the managing directors were reporting to him. So when I asked him, one day, sir, you will leave this company. You've been in this company for 30 plus years. You'll leave this company. What would you consider as your success? I asked this question about 15 years ago. And the answer was unbelievable. He said that what I would like to leave, or what I would consider as success, is the team that I leave behind. So everyone has to define what their legacy means to them. Especially entrepreneurs, when we build businesses, we should start thinking beyond ourselves. We should start thinking beyond just the economic value. We should be thinking about what sort of social responsibility that we'll be fulfilling. And my topic will be revolving around this. Entrepreneurs don't just transfer assets, but they actually transfer vision and values. When you sit with an entrepreneur, you will know. We all have studied economics I'm saying majority of us are from the millennials or from the Gen X. Gen Z, I didn't see a lot. I cannot see the ages, but I'm sure this kind of a forum, Gen Zs don't come too much, but we should pull them in. But what I noticed is when we studied in the 20th century, there was something that we were taught about in economics is the factors of production. I'm sure many of you remember this. When you're in 9th standard, 8th standard, when you're touching economics, they teach about factors of production. What is factors of production? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. These were the 4 factors of production. This was required in the 20th century to run anything, a business, a manufacturing business, a service industry, a trading company, export, import, everything. You need a land, a piece of land, maybe you need to have an office. You need labor, you need to have people around you working for you. You need capital, and you need entrepreneurship. And 21st century has actually evolved these factors of production. And if you look at land, do we need physical land, or can we do businesses on digital space? Number 2, do we need our own employees' labor, or can I synergize and outsource my work with international work, what is that called? Gig economy, freelancers. And then you talk about capital. Earlier, capital was only either self-funded, family, or banks. Now you've got venture capitalists, you've got seed funding, you've got crowdfunding, you've got so many avenues to raise capital. And when you talk about entrepreneurship, the evolution of entrepreneurship is so crucial in the success of today's business. We must think, if I am not talking about AI during my day, I mean I am already left out. If I'm not using AI, I'm sure I cannot see raise of hands, but if you can please touch the hi-fi button. How many of us are using ChatGPT on a regular basis? Can I see a couple of hands up? I cannot see the platform, but I'm sure a lot of you will be using AI in any way or form. ChatGPT, Google Gemini, I don't know, you've got Perplexity, you've got so many AI tools. So as an entrepreneur, we need to evolve and understand what's happening beyond us, what's in the future. And that's how successful entrepreneurs build. A couple of case studies, because we're talking about the Saudi market. I really went and I did a little bit of research. I wanted to find a couple of companies, since due to shortage of time. Each of this company can be dedicated a whole session to discuss about. But if you look at dairy industry, Al-Marai is one. If you've lived in the GCC and if you have not drank Al-Marai milk, means you have not lived in the GCC. This was founded by Prince Sultan bin Muhammad Al-Kabir in 1977. Today it has evolved into becoming the world's largest vertically integrated dairy company. Now, what makes Al-Marai legacy enduring? The first thing is the leadership saw something beyond scarcity. It was beyond scarcity. It was something that they wanted to build. And then their commitment to quality and technological excellence, continuous reinvestment to the point that they're investing 18 billion by next 2028 Saudi Riyal in ensuring that Al-Marai is the market leader. Al-Marai reminds us that vision plus consistency can lead to legacy. Another very new case study that I would like to touch base upon is a specialty coffee that recently started by two young Saudis, Mishal Khalid al-Shahri and Abdullah Rajhi. Now, this is a beautiful case where it's called 500,000 cup. The reason they say 500,000 is because they had 500,000 riyal to raise capital to build this specialty coffee. In just 7 years, they have 65 stores across the kingdom. They have opened an outlet in London. They are planning to expand into Iraq. And they have a possible IPO coming up. Can you believe all this in the last 7 years? Now, what has fueled this 500,000's growth? This is the localized differentiation strategy rather than just going in and bringing in international franchises, which is happening. But they also decided that why don't we have a localized brand that blends the local cafe culture with the Saudi identity, giving them the tailored experience, the customers, on the designs and the flavors that are to the preferences of the locals, standing against competition. And this is one, it was a purpose-driven branding, that they have a social cause, that every cup actually contributes to the society. They've got a profitability and purpose that can coexist. It's an amazing case study that I wanted to share with you all, because I believe that as entrepreneurs, beyond profit, there's a whole opportunity when you look at entrepreneurship beyond profit. Because I heard a lot of speakers saying there's a lot of money to be made. I think I have lived in the UAE. I've lived all my life. And one thing I noticed in the UAE and in Qatar, in Oman, in Kuwait and Bahrain, different from Saudi, is the demographics. Saudi is the only country in the GCC which has about 65 to 70% Saudi population. UAE, we have 10 to 12. Qatar, about 10 to 15. I think Oman is about 40%. I think Kuwait, about 50-50. The structure of Saudi is that you have to be locally focused. You must understand the local culture. A gentleman before, I think Mr. Ahmed, he was talking about how to understand the Saudi dynamics before coming into Saudi. If you have come and been very successful in Dubai or UAE, it does not mean you can be successful in Saudi with the same business model, because this is an expat-driven market and Saudi is a local-driven market. So understanding and embedding the local culture and tradition plays a very important role in the success of any business that you would like to operate in Saudi. A lot of Europeans have started learning Arabic language. And it's a sad story that many of us sitting in the Middle East don't speak Arabic. It's our language of the Quran, language, Kalamullah, and also we will speak Arabic in Jannah, inshallah. This means that not just for profits, not just for business, for something beyond, Saudi is our market. I want to shift your mind from just an entrepreneur to a legacy builder. You can transform. Everything starts as an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs are innovative. Entrepreneurs are disruptive. Elon Musk is an entrepreneur. Then you've got this Virgin. Sir Richard Branson is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs take bold risks and they create new markets. They're very visionary. But when you look at legacy building, it's a lot about purpose. The moment you're an entrepreneur and you're successfully able to cruise the first few years of your operation, you must start thinking as a legacy builder. You should start thinking about systems. You should start I always give this system. What is system? Save yourself time, energy, money. If you're a company where you have to be involved, you're not having a system. If you're a company where you are operating and firefighting on a daily basis, you don't have a system. You have to let your company become an economic engine of its own. That's when you start creating value. And this cannot happen without successors, without nurturing future leaders, without having a long-term perspective beyond my personal timeline. I wanted to just go back to the first point where I discussed about the chapter that won an award. I wrote about a company called TriStar. I co-authored with another author. We were two authors. We wrote about the success story of a company called TriStar. TriStar is one of the region's largest private fuel logistics company in the Middle East. Private, leaving aside the government owned. And when I was speaking to Mr. Eugene Mains, who is the CEO, I asked him this question, that what keeps, he took a decision when he started the company in 1998. By 2003, he sold 80% of the company to Agility Logistics. He sold 80% of his baby. This is what I asked him. I said, sir, you sold your 5-year-old company 80% to a baby. Your baby to another large organization. Why did that? What went through your mind? So his answer struck in my mind. What he said is, Muhammad, I want my company to outlive me. I want something that I create to live beyond me, which means I don't know if my children will come, my grandchildren will come, I don't know, but I want this company to outlive me. So sometimes as entrepreneurs, you think beyond yourself. You think beyond a personal lifetime. Well, let me conclude. What are the learnings as an entrepreneur? Build your legacy on clarity of purpose. Legacy is not a destination, it's a discipline. It happens only when you stick to it and when you pass it on from one generation to another. You have to envision beyond profits. The 4 P's, as the researchers call philosophy. Companies are built on philosophy, on people, on processes, and finally, last but not least, on practice. So now my question again, what kind of legacy do we want to leave behind as existing entrepreneurs, aspiring future entrepreneurs? Do we want to build a business that fades away when we step away? Or do we want to build a brand that continues on the values we built? So this is a question we have to ask ourselves as we are running the business. And I conclude by saying that true entrepreneurs create significance. So let's align our vision with execution and create a lasting impact. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'm open to questions.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Ali. Thank you very much. And this core message is true entrepreneurship is about transforming the business into a sustainable ecosystem. Really, it's well you said, and successful entrepreneur must have the continuously resolve and embrace innovation and think strategically about their long-term impact. So thank you very much. And now the time for the participant questions. Please raise your hand and I will make unmute, or admin will help us to unmute. Just wait.
Hello, can I take a question, Doctor?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. A very interesting and a very detailed one. You rightly said that the geography differs from UAE to KSA, because there it is a local, here it's a local driven market, and whereas in UAE it is mostly expat driven market. And this is the major failure of the companies who are coming to Saudi Arabia with the perception of the same attitude in UAE to Saudi Arabia. That is where they failed. You rightly focused on that one. And my question is regarding the change management, actually, the legacy when we transform, especially in our community. The first generation make money, second generation keep the money, and then third generation burn the money. I mean, there is no change in the management or change in the legacy or whatever you call it. So how you're going to impact in this one, this is very important actually. If you look into some of the families, the great families in early 1900s, and those who did the business, and nowadays they're they are nowhere. So how we are going to address this question?
See, there is a very good question, Mr. Malik. I had an opportunity to write my thesis on family business governance, and had an opportunity to sit with quite a few family businesses. I always believe that when should we start planning for succeeding our business? We should plan yesterday. It is the problem. What Not just Indian businesses, not just Tamil businesses. It's a global phenomenon. When businesses get started, it's started with a lot of energy, a lot of entrepreneurial spirits by the founder. But because of the involvement in the business, they don't consider succeeding the business or planning for succession, creating structures, creating systems, getting external advisors in before it's too late. Conflict resolution. You cannot avoid conflict. There will be conflict within family, but how to resolve the conflict? How can I get a third party? So I believe to go back into our own studies, that how things were managed during the time of Sahaba. It was through Shura. It was through a Shura council. So I have noticed something, that companies that are very open about discussing these things, especially from the founder. I can see a lot of founders here. Let's not worry about the boomer generation founders. We will not worry about them. That's the generation that is the gap between the boomer generation and the Gen X, as most of us I think will be, and millennials. It's a big gap. But the generation that we are right now, when we want to hand it over to our children, I think the gap is not as much as it used to be. So open dialogues, bringing in a third party, a well-wisher expert onto the table at an early stage, and discussing roles and responsibilities, giving clarity of purpose. I think all this helps. So can we avoid it from failing? It fails when it has happened. It is going to fail. This is a taqdeer, it's a belief, but we can avoid, we can prolong the process. So all companies do get through some challenges, but if you are having open communications, and if the founder is able to discuss with the siblings and with the children, I think the challenges can be avoided, at least prolonged for a longer period of time. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you, Doctor. There is a question from the chat box. How can entrepreneurs transition from non-profit driven mindset to the legacy building approach?
How can they transfer from
How can
non-profit?
entrepreneurs from the profit-driven mindset to the legacy building approach?
See, everything, that was a good question actually. How can someone move? Innamal a'malu binniyat. This is the first hadith of Sahih al-Bukhari, that everything you do it with a bigger purpose, with a bigger intention, and it matters. And we all have heard this one analogy told to us. If you have a window, if you're constructing a window in your house, you can have two intentions. One intention is to hear the adhan. One intention is for fresh air. If you have the intention of hearing the adhan, you get the fresh air for free. So I believe that when you're having an intention to run the business, and if it is, yes, all of us need to make money, companies have to have the financial benefits to keep running, but you have to integrate CSR activities, you can call it, you can call social entrepreneurship, is a beautiful structure. In fact, I'm talking to some scholars. How can a business become sadaqatul jariyah? How can I make my business a continuing charity even after I'm gone? Which is through the founding of foundations, trust, waqf, for example. These are some subjects that businesses can. So keep the intention. When you're starting a business, you don't have to do it day one. But if you have the intention, Allah makes it easy, and you are in a position to reach what you want to achieve. Yeah, this is generally for the Muslim crowd, but for the non-Muslim brothers also, it's Almighty is blessing us. We all believe in karma. So when we have a bigger intention, I think that intention will help us achieve more than just profit. So profit is a given. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much. One more question from Gulnaz. Gulnaz, could you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Yeah, myself Gulnaz, connecting from Tamil Nadu and the founder of Arsh Group. It's 4 to 5 companies under me. And Alhamdulillah, actually just I want to ask because from yesterday I attended this and there is so many different fields are connecting here. But I want to know, is any related to educations or training or something else is there? Because before that the person has talked about this psychology and about the related medicines and yes, and yesterday also there is a different talk related to some gas and something. But just I want to ask, is any hope for the educations or any training over, or if you talk about me, as I told, I am the founder and I work in India direct central government like CSR project fund. There are many dealing I'm doing in central governments too. And yes, in Dubai I have opened one Ferrari wild animals tourism. But I want to know that how we can collaborate with Saudi Arabia, because yes, already my father worked 48 hours in Saudi Arabia, so I'm attached with Saudi Arabia. So I want to know that education field, any hope for that, sir?
If you want me to answer this, Ms. Gulnaz,
Yeah.
Saudi is like I said, is an economic engine in this region. So there is an opportunity for every halal industry that you would like to explore. There is an absolute opportunity. The more I frequently visit Saudi, so I know I am in touch with the national industries. For example, I'm in touch with a couple of my fellow business people in Saudi, and I know Saudi is going through a massive economic opportunity time. So I would suggest, since you said your father has been in Saudi for so many years, I'm sure you have connected yourself with, or your father could be connected yourself with the established Saudi business people. There is opportunities, but you have to look out for the opportunity. You know, I believe traveling and coming and seeing, we come to Saudi for Umrah and Hajj purposes. But I think in addition to Umrah and Hajj, this is our primary visit, the purpose should be. In addition to this, we can always go to Riyadh, spend time, attend conferences. You know, you look, because there's a lot of conferences happening in Saudi, a lot of exhibitions on education, on training. If you want medical, for example, the previous Dr. Khan was talking about. So there's a lot of opportunities. And without traveling, you know, there's an ayat in the Quran which says, you know, after وَإِن قَضَيْتُمُ الصَّلَاةَ فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. You know, travel across the world. The world belongs to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So opportunities are everywhere. Allah has blessed us, Almighty Allah has blessed us with the brain that is triggering dopamine the moment you say positive. Keep continuously saying positive things and dopamine gets produced. Most of our stress level is gone and we will see opportunities. If we are not traveling and if we are not going around, we will not get to see those opportunities. So this is my request to you, to travel to Saudi, inshallah.
Thank you, Doctor. Wonderful session emphasizes the transformative entrepreneurship and technological adoption and creating how meaningful business legacy. These are very important, very nice. And thank you very much. Let's take a moment to view the short video about SYPA International Business.
Just before Brother Muhammad, I would like to sincerely thank SYPA and Mr. Rabiq, and the one who has called me in was Maulana SMS Abdul Hamid Saab. He was the one who introduced me to this forum. So a sincere thanks from my heart to all of the organizers for creating such a wonderful platform. Inshallah, looking forward to being in more such platforms. Hopefully physical. I like physical. I prefer face-to-face, inshallah.
Yeah, it's
thank
your
you.
pleasure, Doctor. Yes, thank you. Thank you,
Jazakallah
Doctor.
khair.
Thank you, Jazakallah khair. And thank you very much. Inshallah, you will be connected with the SYPA Business Forum. It will be physically conducted in Chennai, I think. The SYPA chairman, Muhammad Rabiq, will inform to us. Then let's take a moment to view the short video about SYPA International Entrepreneurs and Business Chambers. Please.
Admin, proceed with the video.
Yeah.
Admin, Mr. Moidin.
Yes, sir.
Proceed with the video.
The next speaker will be Mr. Muhammad Sheikh Abdullah, the Managing Director of Talsha Business Support for Corporates from Riyadh. Let's start the video, please. Thank you, admin. Next, we have Mr. Muhammad Sheikh Abdullah, the Managing Director of Talsha Business Support for Corporate, Riyadh, who will discuss business opportunities and legal complaints in KSA. Mr. Muhammad Abdullah Sheikh, we are excited to hear from you. The stage is yours, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, SYPA and SIBEC, for arranging this opportunity to deliver my thoughts or some of the inputs from my side. And I really appreciate the SYPA community for arranging this opportunity so that the world comes together especially in the sector of business. Being in Saudi Arabia quite for the past 20 years, I have some of the experience, especially in the compliance. So since too many people talk about the business opportunities that are available in the market, I would like to concentrate on the legal parts and compliance part. So let me share my screen. Hope it is. My screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So Saudi Arabia, why we are informing our people to invest or to have the business in Saudi Arabia is we have the opportunity from the government that it is set for the Vision 2030. In Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia is focusing on three major sectors: health, education, and tourism. Out of which the tourism sector is booming up because Saudi Arabia don't want to rely on oil income. So currently, the tourism industry is booming. And secondly, Saudi Arabia is focusing on logistics. Saudi Arabia wants to be a logistics hub, especially for the transport of goods as well as the transport of people. So Saudi Arabia recently introduced Riyadh Airlines also, so that it want to expand the business especially in the airline industry as well as to be a logistic hub for the Middle East and the world. Secondly, Saudi Arabia is focusing on the hosting FIFA World Cup 2034. So in short, Saudi Arabia has two set of business opportunities for the investors. One is up to 2030 to reach the vision, and in 2034
to reach the world, to bring the world into Saudi Arabia. So until 2034, we have a lot of business opportunities in Saudi Arabia, because up to 2030, Saudi Arabia wants to become a hub for the Middle East. Secondly, they will be growing to the next level for preparing the Saudi Arabia for building the new stadiums. So there will be 11 new stadiums, and out of which 4 will be renovating. And the business opportunity, because of in renovating and making arrangements for the FIFA World Cup, there will be more projects to come, because there will be more accommodation required. The stadium building opportunities are there. So in that, people will be required more to complete these projects. So I'm not touching 100% all the compliances of the important portals, but some of the important portals, those who start the business, these are the important portals that you have to keep it in mind, that these are the portals available with you to run the business smoothly, at least in the beginning of your business. So HRSD, it is nothing but previously it was called Ministry of Labor. Now it is changed to HRSD, in which all your staff data will be there, and any cases coming, like if you are placing a case against the staff or any cases coming through the staff, it will be dealt through this portal. And GOSI is playing very vital, important role, because you have to ensure that all the staffs are added into GOSI, so that government will be monitoring the staff data and their salaries. And Mukim is one of the important portal in which you can make the employee transfers locally, and also the person who comes to Saudi Arabia, you could issue the Iqama through this portal, and also exit and re-entry. That is, in Saudi Arabia, you cannot enter same like Dubai and go as you wish. But every time when you are coming in the job profile, that means holding Iqama for the purpose of working, you have to have the visas in hand. Whenever you are going, you need to have exit re-entry visa. If you are finally going, then you have to have the final exit visa. All these two type of visas to be done in Mukim. And there is Mudat portal, in which the compliance of salaries, when a company distribute the salaries, and it should be either uploaded or it should be processed through Mudat, so that the compliance, at least 95% of the compliance should be followed. If you are not compliant to Mudat, then all your company's accounts will be on hold. Especially, you could not make any recruitment, or you could not issue any visas, because your HRSD portal will be closed. And Kiva is one of the important portal in which you could issue the request. That means locally, if you are hiring someone, you could take them through Kiva by sending the request. Also, each staff, you have to have the agreement through Kiva only. Previously, we were holding preparing agreements manually. Now, no, you have to prepare and send the legal agreements between the staff and the company through Kiva. Ministry of Commerce is there, in which you will be issuing the CR, that is company registration. And Chamber is one of the important portal through which you could authenticate your agreements or any other legal documents. Customs, Zatka, VAT, all are in a single portal nowadays, and these are important for the people who import goods and also submit the VAT returns. All these things to be done through customs. And any cases comes to the company, are complained by the staff, it comes through MOJ, Ministry of Justice. So it is also one of the important portal, so that any cases or complaints that are done by any parties, that will be shown there, and the status of the case also to be understood through this portal. And also MOJ plays a vital role, that if anyone want to issue the authority or authentication to any staff or any other people within the company, then through MOJ only you could give the authorization. Baladi, civil defense, all these things are important, because if you are running a business, then these important things are to be followed. For example, if you are in the restaurant industry, then you have to take Baladi, the medical cards through Baladiya, and also civil defense, you have to maintain the safety, safe environment for the company. So all these things to be followed through Baladi and civil defense. And Satya is one of the important portal through which we are issuing the investor licenses. And thirdly, Saudi Business Center is important one for those who are doing the e-commerce business, because you have to have the certificate through that. And EJAR portal, it is very important, because you have to have this for any of your rental agreements for your company or for your staff accommodation, and even for individuals. SFDA, so the Food Drug Authority. So whenever you are importing cosmetics or food products or any other equipments for your company or for your industry, then you have to have this account. Then through that, you will get the approval, then only you could import. And those who are in the business of transport, you have to have the transport license for your vehicles, and so that you could run the business smoothly. And in the part of you have completed all this process with the government. Now you have to have the important registration of corporate, like for example, if you want to do the business with Aramco or Saudi Electricity Company, you have to have the registration with them, that is vendor registration. Without that vendor registration, your company cannot do any business or provide any services to these companies. So it is very important to have these registrations. And some of the certificates to be obtained, especially if you are having an institute for training or education related things, then you have to go and get technical and vocational training corporations certificate for your company. Otherwise, you cannot run the business. And also KYC for banks, very important. Every year we have to submit the know your this KYC to be submitted to the banks. Otherwise, your bank account will be frozen, especially for the corporate. So every year you have to maintain all these type of things. And Saudi Post also very important, because it will be the address. Knowing your national address is one of the important stuff, and it will be linked with multiple websites and even the government portals. It is a very important requirement. And then, if you are coming to the staff management and compliance part, now previously many companies, they have violated the law of employees. Now Saudi Arabia regulated the employee-friendly law, and even any employee goes to the government, immediately they will be getting a very quick resolution or result from the government, that they are immediately notified, and the companies will be punished if they are violating any law. And for the staffs, each company cannot run without staff, right? So the staff should have all this type of platform accounts like Upshare, national address, bank accounts, and QA agreement and GOSI registration. All these are basic things that a staff should maintain it, so that it will be interrelated with other future agreements or the government related tasks.
And finally, penalties and stoppage of system staff level. If we are violating any agreements of the staff, then that also will, if somebody is filing a case by the staff, then it will result stoppage of your system. And also, if you are a investor, there is a possibility that mana suffer. That is, your travel ban also can be done. So you have to be very careful about employees and the legal agreements or legal processes. If a staff is having exit re-entry, and if he or the company is not cancelling it on time, or any final exit visa we are not cancelling, then that will pave way for penalties. That means it is normal penalty that is not going to create any problem for the company. But we have to ensure that any such valid visas either travel or to be cancelled before that travel, if you are not using, or if the staff is not using. Then if we are holding a staff with ICAMA expiry, that is resident permit, and this also will lead for causing any issues for the company. So we should not have any ICAMA expiry cases also in our company. And Mudat percentage. So as I mentioned earlier, we have to maintain that all compliances with Mudat. Otherwise, your visa issuance as well as transfer process will be stopped. And in Kiva portal, not only the agreements, every year you have to give the annual confirmation, which is what is your company and what are the facilities available in your company. All these things should be uploaded and updated in Kiva portal. Any legal complaints or violation of agreement, like vendor payments, rent, or any services that you have a contract and you have stopped suddenly, or there is a possibility that any other circumstances you stop their service, then anybody complained against the company, then it will lead for a big penalty. So anyone doing business in Saudi Arabia, we have to follow the rules and regulations to avoid any penalties or stoppage of your system as well as your business. And non-compliance of government norms during the official visit. If some government official is visiting, for example, you don't have a Baladia or municipality licenses or any civil defense license, or if the staff is having different profession and working in the office, that also will have big impact. For example, one of my friend's company, the boy was having a different profession and he was sitting on, for example, he was having loading unloading worker profession and he was working as an accountant. So when the people came for a visit, they cancelled, they put a penalty of 20,000 riyals. So these are the small things that will give big impact on your business. And if you are advertising anything, or if you are putting a board outside the office, then that may give a penalty, that may lead for a penalty, because every advertisements in Saudi Arabia, you have to have the permit from Baladia municipality. And if you are giving an offer to, for example, you are an e-commerce business, or you hold a store and you want to give a 50% or the lucky draw you want to make it. So in that, you have to take the permit from Chamber of Commerce, then you could place it. Otherwise, you will get penalized. Customer complaints, for example, we are providing a service or selling the products. Through that, if any customer is complaining and if you are not rectifying that complaint within the time frame, and we will be getting penalty because of not sorting out the customer complaint, and this will be managed by Ministry of Commerce. If you are giving advertisement for your company and the influencers are giving any wrong information or inappropriate contents, then the influencer as well as the company will get penalized. And these are the small part of compliance I just shared with you. Hopefully, it's a very vast part. The compliance part is very big. So in future, if there is a possibility, and I will be coming up with more of this session with more deep information. And thank you, SIBEC and SYPA, for arranging this opportunity to unite the business people from India to the world level, global level. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed Sheikh Abdullah, for your valuable insights into the business opportunities and legal complaints in KSA. Really, we understanding the local businesses, registration, how to register, and operational requirements. Your experience and knowledges are true asset to this discussion. Really, thank you very much for on behalf of SYPA team. And let me open for the Q&A session now. I would like to request the participant, just you can raise your hand. We will unmute for any questions. Please, Patan, unmute yourself.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Right,
ma'am. I am from India, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I run a matrimonial service. I want to start a matrimonial service like marriage bureau. And I organize the marriage bureau event also in Dubai, India, UK, and USA. So I want to start in Saudi also. So what is the procedure and what can I do for the start this thing?
Actually, it's a very good question. Here, what it happens is, since it is a conservative country, here I think matrimonial is not a big business opportunities, especially targeting the locals. But the business opportunity for the those Indians and other nationals, there is a potential chances are there. For example, I'm working in Saudi Arabia and I am looking my partner within the Saudi Arabia so that I can just live together or something. So then that type of things are very open here, and there is a possibility for that. But if you are going to provide a service for the nationals locally, I'm not sure about it. Maybe I need to study about it, or you need to understand more about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Again, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed Sheikh Abdullah. Really, it's a very great session today. Now, next we will move to the next session. The next speaker will be the Madam Sabana Nachiangal. She is the General Manager of Arab Investors Choice Company, who will discuss about the legal compliance in business operation. Madam Sabana, we are excited to hear from you. Please,
hi.
stage yours.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all. Thank you for invitation by SYPA here for this session, and I hope it's a great opportunity for all of us. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm here as the General Manager of Arab Investors Choice, and I've been here for more than 4 years in this field. Okay, I hope all most of the participants from India. So I'll discuss my topic based on how you can bring your business here in Saudi and how you can start and how it will be in the operational side. It's already discussed with Mr. Abdullah in a detailed way. And inshallah, I'll go through this and I'll share my screen. Yeah. To start a business here in Saudi, as we discussed, you can see, right? So
yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Actually, here in Saudi, it is now it is very easy to start a business for all of us. Before it was very complicated. Now it is very easy. Within 1 month, you will get all your company commercial register and you can start your business here in Saudi. But before once you comes here, you should have a proper plan. Most of the cases, someone from India, they don't know the exact things, what it is going here about the Saudization and all other formalities, legal formalities. What they are looking only to start the business, they are looking only for that expense and will come here. That will be failure for their business in future. They should have a proper study and the legal compliance here in Saudi, that we have to make sure to move forward in your business here in Saudi. Okay, as per 2034, we have a lot of business opportunities here in Saudi, and all the world market is looking into Saudi as well. Many country from like UK, US, everyone is coming here to Saudi to invest, and they don't know how and where we have to approach in legal way. If you have a company outside Saudi Arabia, it is very easy to open a company here in Saudi. You should have, as a person, we cannot be the investors until if you don't have premium ikama. For foreigner, we should have a company outside Saudi Arabia. If suppose wants to start a business next year, they can now itself register a company themselves in India or any other country. They can come after 1 year here in Saudi. Otherwise, you have option, you can purchase any Saudi Arabia like CR from commercial register from any other country, and you can bring this company here to Saudi. For the legal formalities, we just need few documents, and I will tell you which are the documents we record here in Saudi. Your commercial register from the origin country, like if you want to buy bring company from Dubai, we need the commercial register, company memorandum, last year audit report, it must be profitable. Okay, and the other thing, on voter solution or power of attorney from that country that we record here. If all this docs,
Madam, can you change the screen? Screen is not movable.
Okay. Just wait, please. Yeah.
Please. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Once you do all the attestation of the listed 4 documents from your parent company, okay, if it is from Dubai or India, from anywhere, once you do these documents, with all these documents, you have to come here in Saudi. Even you don't need to come here in Saudi, you can approach any consultant, or even in the company Ministry of Investment portal itself, you can upload all these documents. Everything through online. Okay. And even nowadays, Ministry of Investment, that is not charging any amount. Before it was like 12,000 riyal for the Ministry of Investment registration we have to pay, and renewal we have to pay 62,000 riyal. Nowadays, it's been almost 6 months back, they lifted all these charges from the Ministry of Investment. It means now it is very flexible for us to start a business here in Saudi. Now, how a Saudi start a company here in Saudi, the same way you can manage your business. There is no difference in the fee structure. Okay. So there are many ways here we can start the business, like LLC, joint stock, or foreign branch, or representative office. As for us, for the foreigner, the foreign branch only the option. Foreign branch or subsidiary, we can open our company here in Saudi. The best way, as a subsidiary, we can register. Inside the Saudi Arabia, we should have a company memorandum. Otherwise, the problem, if it is branch, in the cost price, there is no difference. But the problem, whenever we want to take any decision here in Saudi, we need a board resolution from the parent company. So it is almost in every cases, it will affect your business in the wrong way. So better as to register your company as a subsidiary and write a company memorandum here in Saudi to handle everything for the general manager or any of the board of directors. Okay, like this, you can write your company memorandum. And the other thing, the sectors, how we can handle the business here in Saudi. For the service, consulting, logistic, for the service and manufacturing, actually, there is no capital requirement. There is minimum requirements. As I discussed, only we need a few documents. This 4 documents from the parent company. This is apostille or Saudi Embassy attested documents. That's what we require. Okay. But for the trade, still it is complicated for the foreigner. As I know, many of our Indians, they want to start trade here, but it is complicated and we need to show 30 million riyal as a capital within 5 years of our business. This is a issue for us actually. I know that many of us, like clients, they are asking to get this 30 million riyal CR, and even we are supporting. But in this 5 year, you have to show this business, this capital injection here in Saudi. Okay. And we have to show, like, even for the e-commerce also, this requirement is there. For e-commerce also, it is a trade, and we have to complete this 30 million riyal. Okay. And the other thing, you have to show multinational company. All these are we can manageable, but this 30 million before investing, you have to make sure that you will be have in future plan for the investing, and you have to do 300 million sales here in within 5 years. These are the legal complications for the trade. But for the manufacturing and service, it is very easy. And if you are planning something, this is the right time you to start business here in Saudi for the manufacturers and for the service providers. And the regulatory steps, first, once you get the documents, attested documents with you, you can submit these documents in the Ministry of Investment portal, and you can wait like it will take around 10 days, working days to get the approval. Nowadays, once the approval done, immediately within 24 hours, you will get the printed MISA certificate. No need to pay any single halala here. That is the big step from the ministry side actually. Once it's done, you can reserve your trade name here in Saudi, and you can draft your company memorandum. All these things might be you need a consultant or any assistance you require from Saudi Arabia if someone is outside. Okay. Once it's done, it's approved immediately. Once you pay a small amount of 1,775 riyal, you will get your company commercial register here in Saudi. Once it's ready, you should register few portals here as mandatory. The first one is Labor Minister of Labor portal, sub-portal Kiva, GoSee, Mudar, and you have to, within 1 month, you have to register your Zakat and VAT registration certificate. All these there are only minor fees are there, not a big amount. Okay. Once it's done, you can, according to your business activity, you have to take the permits and license from the particular department. If someone is doing any educational field or something, they have to get the license from the Ministry of Education. Like this, you have to complete the particular, it only depends on your activity. What activity you are doing, it depends on that particular activity license you have to take it from that particular ministry. Then you can open the company bank account. Even the company bank account, it is very difficult. Nowadays, it's like it will take around 5 days working day to get the company bank account to start your business here. And I need to add one more thing here. If someone is coming from India and they don't have any Ikama here in Saudi, still you cannot start your business at this point. Once your ministry government portal ready here, you have to issue his visa from here, and once the stamping done from the parent company, he should come back. Here also there are many complications we are nowadays facing regarding the age. Once person age is over 57, it is still complication facing for the visa stamping. But if he is an investor, we will get the Ministry of Investment special letter and things to get this visa to be attested from the stamping process from India. So all these are time-taking process. If someone is starting from India and they don't have any Ikama here in Saudi, this work will not finish for within 1 month. It may take up to 3 months. So if you have such any plans, you have to plan accordingly. Okay. And the other thing, once you start your business here in Saudi, end of the year, or we can choose 2 options. Like if it is more than 6 months, it will fall the same year for the audit period. You have to legally comply for the audit. That is compulsory here for the foreign companies. And you have to pay 20% corporate tax. Once you earn the profit, you have to pay 20% corporate tax. And the other thing, if you have loss for the last year, some percentage of this loss you can carry forward to next year, not the full percentage of loss. Some percentage of loss you can carry forward to next year. But if a company is consecutively lost for more than 3 years, they will give you a notification to close the company. So that you have to make sure. If you have a Saudi partner along with this business, for your share is 20%. I mean, your share means your parent company share is 20%. And the Saudi, if it is he is holding 10% in the company, 10% net profit or his capital base, 2.5% you have to pay for zakat for the Saudi or GCC shareholder. It means if it is 100%, 20%, if it is there any combination for the local, then you have to pay his share 2.5%. Here again, there is a twist for the trading company. If at least 25% hold by a Saudi holder, as I discussed before, not record 30 million, just we need 26.6 million capital required and just one company enough. But the problem here, our capital is 26.6 million and this share is holding by 25% as Saudi local. It means 6.87 million capital belongs to this Saudi partner. You have to pay 2.5% zakat for him. It means if your business is lost for the first year, you don't have any business, even though end of the year when you pay the statutory or after the statutory audit zakat, you have to pay around 100,000, 162,000 riyal. So most of the cases, this they don't know the clients, they don't know this impact. When they file the audit, that time only they come to know this point. Because for the Sharia, as per the Sharia rule, they are checking 2.5 zakat is based on two factors, either the profit or on the capital base. Whichever is higher, that we need to pay to zakat department. But this case, for anyway, like it's a 6.87 million. So most of the cases, this amount is higher for first few years, by the way. So you have to pay 162,000 minimum. If you don't have profit also, you have to pay this for the just for the Saudi shareholder. Okay. So if you have anyone planning for the trade, better go with 100%. That's my suggestion. And for the VAT, it is you have to pay 15% that you can collect from the end user, even though every quarter basis you have to file this until your business doing 40 millions per year. Then you have to change your department itself, send you a notification that in a mail conversation, they will send you, you have to change your filing on monthly basis if your turnover is more than 40 million. Okay. And the other thing, always our foreigners missed to do that withholding taxation. Withholding filing, normal case, once they get the notice from the department, then only usual case they are looking into. 5 to 20% we have to pay withhold tax here. When you have any payment to outside country, even it is for the parent company, if you are transfer your dividend, you have to pay here 5% withhold tax. I know that you already paid 20% corporate tax, even though when you transfer the net profit to your country, you have to pay 5% again withhold tax here. Withhold tax is only for service, not for the materials. If you purchase any material from China or Dubai, no need to pay any amount because we have the FAZA report from the customs. So no need to pay. If any service, for service, you have taken any service from the outside country, and when you transfer the amount, within 10 days, you have to pay and file this amount here in Saudi. That is, you have to file. It's very mandatory. Otherwise, they will check all your bank statements and everything. And with penalty, you will get the notification to pay this amount. Okay. So before every month, 10th, you have to file this withhold tax. Usual case, this is like always the foreigners, they are failed to do this, and most of the cases they will get penalty. And the other thing, labor law and Saudization. This is the most complicated thing what we are facing now here in Saudi. I need to add one more thing, nationalization. Okay, actually for this one, it is particularly depends on the activity. What activity you are doing, it's based on that one. Usually for the first 10 months of the company establishing, our company is not falling under Nitakat. If you get like 3 visa for the first You thought this you will get for the entire company operation time. It will not get. After 10 months, your company will fall under Nitakat, and you will have to add Saudi. Might be you will add to 1 or 2 Saudi. In this case, if you are doing a contracting activity, for that particular activity, 6.33 is the Saudization. But for the trade, if someone is doing trade, 1:2 is the Saudization rate. It means what's your activity, mention that activity only in the company memorandum and CR. You know what's the problem? When I open the companies, I can see that if you have any 5-year plan, after 5 years, you want to do anything, you will add now itself. The problem after 10 months, when the company falls under the Nitakat level, the problem, you will get only less Saudization. Means after 5-year plan, maybe in future, you will not do that. Even though you add this activity, if this activity has more Saudization, this will be your main activity in the company labor portal. So you will get that much points only in the as per the Kiva. So better always keep what you are exactly doing, that activity only in your company CR. Otherwise, after 10 months, it will affect your company Nitakat level. Okay, and the thing, if even our Indians, especially we are focusing only for the Indian community. Whenever we have visas, we will bring the people from India and we'll employ here. The problem, if you have major, like more than 10 or 12 working forces, again, there is applicability of like Jinsia, nationalization, means maximum 40% of our workforce we can appoint here. Like we cannot employ all this employee from India. Once our business move to like medium scale, we have to change this one. You have to employ all other nationalities also. These are the problems actually here what we face to start a business, especially for the manufacturers who wants to come here. You have a plan B for the other nationalities also. We cannot bring all these people from India. Okay. And the other thing, if someone wants to start a company after 1 year, I have a recommendation that like you can register a company in India with 1-person company. Okay, 1-person company, now it is available there, 1-person company. The benefit, once you show 7 million here as capital, even for the service, 7 million as the capital, once your company form here, you can apply for premium residency. The benefit, 4,000 Riyal for you for 10 years, for you and your family and your parents. Okay. Just pay 4,000 Riyal and you can enjoy this benefit. If it is more than 2 partners in India, the problem, you have to show like 50-50, you show you and your friend there in India. The problem, you have to show 40 million here as capital. If it is single 1 person, the benefit, just we should show like 7 million here in Saudi, and no need to bring this fund, by the way. Within stipulated time, you have to bring or you have to show your business. But the benefit with this 4,000 Riyal only, you will enjoy for 10 years. Okay, this is a big movement from the premium residency here in Saudi. It's recently only announced, and now for even for our clients, now they are getting this benefit. So for anyone is planning, they can form companies in India like this. Okay, and the challenges I said, even in Bahrain or Dubai, we have only one ministry to their coordinate. But here, there are many ministries, like 9 or 7 ministries we have to coordinate to operate our business here in Saudi. Multi-ministry coordination from MISA, Business Center, Ministry of Commerce, HRST, again GOSI, like municipality. There are many. There is no particular. Once we fix anything, again the other problem will come here. That is the biggest issue here in Saudi, but we cannot do then just move with that one. But you have to comply your portals always. Okay. And to open bank account, that is quite easy nowadays. But the problem, you will not get any loans. For 100% Saudi company, they are not promoting loans. So you don't, you have enough fund to start a business here. Don't look like if we get some start here, we'll get any subsidiary or a loan. No, that is not possible. You will not get any loans here. After 3 years of your successful business balance sheet, they might. But as of now, they will not. Okay. And for the Saudization complaints, and the other thing, solution, just all do your PRO works in the proper way, run the payroll right time through Mudad. Otherwise, you will get penalty, you will get portal block when you want to hire someone or you want to renew someone, Ikama, you cannot do so. Comply all this in the right time. Don't be delay for the next day, then everything will be collapsed here in Saudi. Okay. And the other thing, for the 2034, for the IT sector, like for security, all these businesses are coming here. And even for the Saudization, for that is 1:3 for the first year. So these are the best business opportunities here in Saudi. Even the Riyadh and all, many companies, they started already, they moved their headquarters to Saudi. Well, no need to pay any single 10 halala corporate tax for the headquarters. Like this, I don't know how much it will be impactful for this discussion. We all are looking to start a business here. If it is a multinational business, a person, you can move your headquarters here to Saudi. That is like a good initiative from the ministry. Okay, that's all. Thank you. If you have any questions or concerns.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Madam Sabnaz, for your valuable insight into the legal compliance in business operations. You are very well navigated the complex financial regulations and the particularly regarding the corporate tax and ownership structure and mandatory zakat payment. Really, it's a great session, and we are running out of time. We have only one or two questions we can take. Now, let Amjad please unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Thank you for the wonderful opportunity, Abbas Bhai. I'm very delighted I will be part of this event. Thank you, Shabna ma'am. You have clarified almost. I have some kind of clarification to be needed. I mean, basically, my name is Mohammad Amjad. I'm a logistics company. I run a company in India for the more than 13 years. Logistics. It's a custom clearance freight forwarding company. More than 2.5 years, 2.5 decades of experience. I used to work for some other MNC companies. I have started this company in the year of 2013 in India. Recently, I have expanded to UAE, Dubai, as a mainland logistics service provider. I understand as far as that establishment organization in Saudi Arabia, one of my known circle, they have given some kind of, you have to clarify this. The company, the existing foreign company should have the 3-nation company. Then only they are entertaining as a foreign investors. Is it true or any one?
No. Before for the freight forwarding, to get the transportation license, it was required before. As per the new update onwards, April, now it's not there. Only with single company enough. And before there is, we should have to show minimum 10 million real capital. That is not required. How a service or a restaurant or any other logistic activity, you can start the same way you can start your business here.
Alhamdulillah, very good.
Yeah, and just I want to add one more thing, sir. For get the transportation license, you have to show the yard, 1,200 minimum square meter yard. You have to show under your company. Okay. Yeah.
Understand. Thank you. Understand. But my core job is not only transportation. Mine is air cargo and sea cargo, whereas Dammam and Jeddah is a major port in Saudi Arabia. Moving the containerized cargo, not for the domestic. Domestic, I can outsource to the local vendor, those who are well versed in. My criteria is bringing into Saudi Arabia by air and by sea containerized cargo.
You can do. Okay, with the one company, you can do without any. There is no need any particular capital amount is not required, sir.
Fine, as it is, we can. The registration process, as you said, that there is no registration charges, nothing.
No, but nowadays it is not there. Even for the renewal from the Ministry of Investment, that was a huge fee actually. 12,000 riyal at the initial stage and 62,000 riyal every year you have to pay. These two charges, they are already lifted. Okay, the new charges, they are not revealed, and what they are trying to, they already benchmarked UAE. So they are trying to be some more flexibility here in Saudi. So we are not expecting any charges from the Ministry of Investment, and you can just pay like 5,500 riyal for the government fee.
That's it.
As of yeah.
Oh, thank you. And as
Thank
an
you,
expertise,
Mr.
one more question here. Sorry, Abbas bhai. As far as the zakat is concerned, 2.5%, is it mandate? You said mandate, even though the first year the company is going for a loss, we have to pay to the local partner, or partner is not
Actually,
required, no?
yeah, actually, that's why that's what I'm trying to communicate. If you don't need a local partner, it is not required. Okay, if there is a local partner, even for the logistic and all, it's not a matter. You have to pay only a small amount for this 2.5%. But if it is a trade, you have to, there's a minimum capital requirement, 26.6 million. Okay, so you have to pay that much amount. Like even if the company is closed, you have to pay zakah.
Okay, understood.
Okay, yes.
And final one, as far as the VAT is 15%, is it applicable for the service provider also? But
For
because
all.
in India, GST is a practice, you know very well.
Yes.
The GST have in this GST regime, there is a 4 kind of tax practice. One for manufacturing, one for product base, service industry is 18%, like that. But in as far as the Saudi is concerned, 15% flat for all, right?
Flat for all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you,
Finally,
Mr. Ramdas. Thank you very much.
as an expertise, where you will suggest us to open a Dammam or Jeddah
For you,
for the logistics?
both are like port accessibility is there. You can Dammam is the better option because I just want to add there's a special economic zone for the shipping companies. They started it is in Jubail. So Dammam, for you to start a business, it will be good in Eastern Province.
Superb. Thank you so much, ma'am. Clarified.
Thank you very much, Ramdas. Thank you. The
Yes,
next
thank
question goes to Muskan. Please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, sister. Thank you for your time. I think you're from Kerala. I have
Yes,
some good experience with people in Kerala while I was doing some alternative trainings there. Nice to have you in this platform. Thank you. Sister, my question is, are you giving professional consultation for business registrations? Can we consult you privately? If yes, I would like to have your contact.
Yes. We do consultation for register here in Saudi.
Okay. My question is, earlier I was based in Melbourne, and my company was a sole proprietor, and I had a branch. I have a branch in India, OPC. Now, in India, I haven't shown any good income. So it's if I have to, show
I
the
got your question.
outside country, yeah.
Yeah, is it more than 1 year?
Yes, it is.
Yes, for sure we can bring this company here in Saudi.
Okay, I will inshallah try to get in touch with you, and we'll have a very much barakallah feed.
Thank you.
Sure,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next, the final question, Robin, please mute yourself.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
How can I find a Saudi partner from India, ma'am? One question. And second question, if you want to become an investor with the existing company or a newly started company, how can I join as an investor? And final question is MISA simplify the process of starting a company, or it's complicated the process of starting a company nowadays, from your perspective?
Yeah. To find a Saudi partner, as I discussed, it is really you record, then only go for that. Okay, when you start the business, it is easy. When if you have any complication or like any opinion difference, if it is once reached in the court always stay with this with them. Okay, so the compensation you have to give to remove that partner, you have to pay more what you expect. Okay, so if you really need that one, just go for the Saudi partner, because now we have the option to start. Before we don't have, for especially if it is a service or manufacturing, if you have enough fund, start with alone, because here all the ministries are there very flexible. You can go alone and you can discuss with them. Here there is an umbrella. It's for Saudi Business Center. Each table is representing for each ministry. Okay, so there is no language barrier. Even I don't know Arabic in a good way, but still we can handle. Okay, so if you are looking for a Saudi, just employ them in your like a director or general manager. Anytime you can remove that person with the settlement. Okay, so always go with that option, as per my opinion. To find the investors, or like if you want to invest with someone, only through the good connections you can make that one. Even sometimes companies asking for us for the investors, but we don't know the both parties that much, so we are not recommending. If you want, we can check for that. You can we can arrange the platform you to discuss with them. That doesn't matter. I forgot the third question from you.
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah. Now is MISA simplified the process of starting companies
MISA
nowadays,
simplified. Yes,
or
yes.
it's
MISA
complicated
simplified
more
the
nowadays?
procedures. No, no. Now it's not complicated. Before, yes. Now it's not complicated, and even it is like they are okay with the financials of the company. They are giving the approval. They are not looking in the it is really active there, and they are not going to check that other country portfolio like MCA portal or something, and they are not checking anything. Just what you give here with the Saudi embassy attested, that's fine for them, and they lifted the government fees also. So it's not a complicated process, by the way, from the MISA side.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
And
sir.
remaining question will be answered through chat, personal communication, or SYPA team will contact you for your answer your questions with our expertise. As
Okay,
we
sir.
are, we want to wrap up this session now. The time is out of running. Now, I want to thank all of our speaker and participants for a truly inspiring sessions. Today, showed up opportunities is not just about having access; it's about having the right mindset, values, and direction. Saudi Arabia is changing fast. All Indian entrepreneurs have unique chances to be part of this transformation. Let's go beyond borders, build lasting partnership, and shape the future that inclusive, innovative, and inspiration. To everyone attending, remember that opportunity does not happen, you create them. Let's take what we have learned today and yesterday, and what we're going to learn today evening as well as and tomorrow also. Now, I give this stage to the SYPA team, the Rabik. Mr. Rabik, do you have any announcement to them? Mr. Rabik? Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And one more request that we will have the meeting Indian time 7:30 and Saudi time at 4 o'clock. The next session will be in the today evening. And tomorrow you are all welcome to join this next session. You will be receive the meeting link from SYPA team. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes, sir. This will be
Brother,
the same
Indian
meeting.
time 7 o'clock.
Indian time 7 o'clock.
Yes, Saudi time 4:30.
4:30. Yes, please.
Yes,
4:30,
next
yes.
session, inshallah.
Inshallah, yes. And those who have any questions, you can contact directly the SYPA team. And there is a contact number in the group we already shared to everyone. I think most of you are in the business group, so you will be communicated through this group, and you can get the answers. SYPA team
15
basically
minutes,
they will
15
connect
minutes
the
before, 15 minutes before, if they are joining, they can network with the people.
Yeah, there's also good opportunity for the
Yes.
people.
Yes.
And today evening session will be more exciteful because of the lot of industries experts will join with us, and they will give the most important and very latest information they will be share with us. So anyhow, we are all looking for you in the evening session. Thank you. Bye bye.
Rafi sir, put your numbers in the chat box. Thank you all. Thank you all.